This podcast is not rated. Listener discretion advised. Mission success.
All right, the warning is that
we're not watching a movie.
If this is your first episode, which at this point I don't know how that would be the case.
It could be.
It could be.
Stumble on it. You're
That's
just
true.
bored.
Yeah, we're not on social media anymore, so I don't know how that works. But yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It works well for my mental health. I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
me too.
I mean, again, it's all about being happy. So,
Yeah.
But if this is your first episode, or if you're looking for a normal episode, or looking for trivia or anything like that, this isn't the episode. This is for us. This is our selfish.
right.
We used to do this once
This is
a year.
not the time, and we are not those people.
That's right. We used to do this every year, but since the pandemic started, we've been doing bonus episodes every other movie, and we also took a couple of breaks there for necessary reasons. And it is now 2.5 years later,
yes.
surprisingly. So we have a lot. It's going to be a lot harder to remember exactly what movies we liked.
That is
Dude, putting
true,
together
for
the
sure.
list
Yes.
was impossible.
Yeah. I did some guessing, but again, we are about
Me
to
too.
embark on the top 50. But so before we do that, we're going to talk about the last 50 that we watched.
That's right.
Along
Oh,
with
boy.
the last however many
So
other
there's
films that we watched.
50 list movies. So 50 of the top, it's 100 to 51 of the IMDb top movies ever we watched, except for one, The Dark Knight Rises. We're saving that one
right.
for, number 4 is The Dark Knight. So
And
we're saving
you
that
can
for
wait
that.
as long as you want to wait on that. I don't care.
And we also jumped ahead and watched the first 2 Star Wars movies of the original
Right.
trilogy. We're not voting on those 2 this time because that would be cheating,
Yes.
I think. That would be
Yes.
unfair. So they're out of the
that would be fair.
contention right now.
Yep. Those would be total ringers.
Yeah. Plus, so those 50 plus 46 bonus episodes we did over the pandemic. 46. We started
That's
with The
right.
Irishman in 2020, in like February or something. And I also wanted to mention that so far we've done 282 episodes of this podcast total.
Nice.
How?
Awesome.
How? Yeah. I saw that. I was like, I got to mention this. This is insane.
Yeah.
We're above
Wow.
250 and we still have probably close to another 100 episodes to go.
Probably. Yeah.
How many gray hairs do you think we accrue every episode?
I don't
Is it
like to think about it.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, but not because of this. This is fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No. I'm
this
just saying
slows
the
the
length
growth.
of time this has been
that's
going
right.
on.
It does. It
yeah.
is, yes. I
Right.
think it's preventative. I have a retrospective of the list so we can break things up with. So I reran like the differentiator but I ran it from when we started again. So we'll talk about
Maybe
what
that in the
is
middle, you
changed
think?
in the list. Yeah. I think in the middle would be good for that. So yeah, but that's it could be some interesting conversation there.
I also wanted to say, just for appreciation of you two, these past 2.5 years have been like really shitty in a lot of ways. And this has always been fun. So
Yeah.
True.
really appreciate it.
That's
I'm
a good
glad
point.
we kept this going, even though we had to take breaks every once in a while. So
I agree. When we've had to take the breaks, I miss it a lot. I miss it a lot.
Yeah.
And so same.
Oh,
same
you
as
guys are a bunch of fucking wimps. Shut the fuck up.
I should have saved this for later.
What
That's
fucking...
right.
Jesus, who the fuck are you? You're right. You are not those guys. This is not the fucking time. Tell me your fucking movies.
No.
Jesus.
Sorry. If our like, expression of gratefulness is making you uncomfortable,
Yeah.
Timmy.
Timmy
is a
doesn't-
defense mechanism.
Timmy
is what
doesn't
it is.
like.
it is,
yeah,
it is,
Timmy.
yeah.
Timmy doesn't like
Timmy,
emotion.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
See, I love that reference. You know?
I know it works.
Yeah, I love that. It was perfect.
Timmy totally needs the therapist to like
Yeah,
repeat
that's
a
right.
thing, something
That's right. I
100
need to
times
sit there
him.
and cry
Yeah.
in Timmy voice.
Break through.
You know, yeah, right.
He'd still punch the therapist though.
Oh, on the way out and say thank you right after.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Larry of Arabia is a new character in the past 2.5 years.
Yeah, yep.
Larry Arabia.
Good addition.
I couldn't put that on my list. I almost put that on my list, but then I was like, I can't diss.
No spoilers.
Oh, spoilers.
Larry-
All right. So let's get. So John,
Why
you want
did-
to do
I mean,
something?
there's a lot to put on the list. I'm
That's
not
true.
really
I know,
spoiling
I
it that
know.
bad, right? I mean,
How are we
Jesus
gonna?
Christ.
You got a sense of what our schedule is here?
Yeah, so I'm going to do a rule thing first, but did you have an update? Do you want to do that now, or do you want to save that for the halftime or whatever?
That should be a halftime. You mean the list
Halftime
update?
thing? Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a halftime thing.
So, all right, let's get to the rules. So,
Okay.
per usual, I sent our rankings to my brother, Sean. Thanks, Sean, as
Our
always.
personal manager.
Yes. Who's also coming up with a new theme song for the last 50, of course.
Oh, great.
A variation of our classic theme song already.
I still like it, Sean.
Yeah.
Again, I still am happy with it.
Yep.
So it's kind of nice.
You know what?
pretty
I'm
surprising.
gonna write the credit song.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're
That's
gonna
my
have to
challenge.
Or we can vote
That's
you
my-
out. We'll see. Try
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Try it.
Yeah, the last
Oh,
song
no.
that plays on the last episode.
Oh, there you go.
I
Walk-
see,
yeah,
I see, I
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah.
You
The
get
credits.
That's
The credits.
What do you
Yeah.
want? The sign
Oh yeah,
off?
no, Sean's got the 50s ones. He's
Okay,
got to
no,
do
no,
those.
He's got the
Those got to
promo stuff,
finish.
but all right,
yeah.
all right.
All right, you
No, I
only
got
have
the
3
last
years,
one.
TC, to do it. All right, 3
I think I can
years.
handle it. I think I can handle it.
So I sent Sean our lists. I don't even know why I did this, to be honest. He sent me a list back with information on it that, like, I don't know what your guys' picks are, but he sent me information that I don't know how to use. I pretty much, I think I'm just going to say a lot of our, so we have a top 5, bottom 3. So top 5 best movies we each picked from the last 50 of the IMDb list movies. And then also the bottom 3, which is the worst of the IMDb list movies. And then, since we did a lot of bonus episodes, we're doing a top 3, bottom 2, which are all the bonus episodes that are not on the list. We're doing our favorite 3 and our least favorite 2 of those list movies also separately.
Okay. And I forget why we sent, we would, I think before we'd sent them to Sean because we'd worry about too much overlap or
Yeah,
something.
and I
I
think-
can't remember why.
I don't remember why we
Here's
did
the
either. I was
thing,
like,
'cause-
is he coming on the show? I can't even remember.
This has not happened, I don't think, before, but like I think in the top 5 of the list movies, there's going to be some overlap.
Right.
But I don't know how to use that information and to do anything differently than we would have done anyway.
No, what our
True.
typical rule is we start
seemed
at the
to make
bottom,
sense
we
before.
Yeah, I
go
was doing it
around
for a
and-
reason,
right,
but it was
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
5 years
I forgot
ago.
why.
So
Yeah. We'd worked it out and it made sense then. I don't remember why. But we still have this thing where we'll each start at the bottom of the list, go around. If
yeah,
somebody
start at
says
your
a
number
movie-
5 favorite.
Start at
right?
number 5, but if somebody says a movie that is ranked higher in somebody else's list, that other person gets to go first. To
Say
talk about
I go
the movie.
first, and my number 5 is TC's number 2. TC
Right.
goes, that's my number 2, and TC
And then he gets
reviews
to talk
it
about it
first
first
because
Yes,
it's higher on
that-
his list because we don't want to
Yes.
overlap. We don't want to repeat ourselves in the reviews, with the exception of number 1s. If it's your number 1, save that.
Right,
And don't-
exactly.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone will
didn't-
talk about their
Typical.
number 1s.
So TC's already like, this happened last time too. He's like,
Typical that I'm always talking about number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at
So-
least
so
TC,
no,
does
right.
this make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
okay.
got it
Sure.
this time. This is like the
Yeah,
4th
Hey,
time. And
last time you're like, I don't fucking
you're like,
get
these,
what
you got to
do.
write this
Guys,
down. It's too many
guys,
rules.
I don't even remember my list. I have to turn on the.
Oh
laptop.
God,
Don't worry,
to
I'll
go
find out.
check it out.
I had to bring mine up too.
I was
There's
like,
too-
shit,
too
we have to
many.
read from the list? Fuck, I got to get it back
Yeah.
up on the screen. I don't have shit.
So what do we start with? Do we start with the extra episodes or the legitimate movies
With
first?
the
Do you have
legit
a-
Should we start with the bonus? Nah,
No.
what, you
No,
think?
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Bonus comes second.
I think
Because
so.
if we start with the bonus first, then we end up on our actual podcast.
Right.
list,
Okay,
and then we
so
finish the
if you're
podcast
only interested in
as
the
the
list movies,
podcast.
skip about halfway through this episode is what I would say.
Yeah.
Probably. There you go.
That's right.
So I think that's
Yeah,
a good
fine.
idea. I was thinking
Okay.
real episodes first, just in case people didn't care about the bonus episodes because they're kind of half picked by us and
Like, I only
Have
want
less
to
of a,
watch the
I don't know,
critically
weight to them or
reviewed
something.
films
Yeah, but
I
from
don't
the
know.
list
then
they
there's no
froze 3
reason to
years
finish
ago.
the episode.
that's true.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we're stringing it along, fuckers. Here we go. We're
Yeah.
doing the bonus
We
episodes
we
first.
tried to think about you and then we gave up.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing it for the ratings.
That's about right.
We're doing full listens. That's our main priority.
Okay.
Yeah, in India. That's our main.
Yeah.
If India, if
So-
you're listening, you help us out, guys.
That's right.
'cause we got nobody
Set
else.
the boss on this episode. We need
If you
it.
guys know Amir Khan, send him my way because he's my man.
Oh yeah, awesome, dude. One thing is a little different too this time is we did. I know Denny and I did. I don't know if TC did, but we put down some honorable mentions. I don't know if
Which
if-
is kind
if
of, I don't know, John. Do we even want to do that? It's kind of copping out a
I
little
didn't
bit,
do
don't
it.
you think?
It is a little bit, but
Because it was hard. I thought I had a hard time doing 5.
You know what? Well, but we will say, like, while we're doing the list, like, you can maybe add, yeah, that was one of my honorable mentions. If
Okay.
You want, while somebody
Oh, right.
else
Yeah, like a
mentions
little,
it. I mean,
like a little mention of the honorable mention. Just a mention
just
of the
saying that
honorable
it's
mention.
like, you know, it was because it was hard this time. This
I
time was
agree.
hard.
It was.
I mean,
it was.
I had a list of like
It was
15
quite-
movies that I had to like sift through.
See, I didn't. I did 5, and then I did one of these. I did 5,
Yeah.
and then I read through the rest of the list and was like, shit, fuck, damn it, I can't do it. I can't put that one in.
Yeah.
How do I gotta do this? Right. That's basically how I ended up with
It-
my
it was
5 at the
tough.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the we're in the like 50 to 100 of the top 50, and they're all pretty damn good mostly. And then the other
With some
films
gleaming
with some
exceptions.
and the other films we all decided to watch. So most of those, at least one of us wanted to watch it, and most of the time that
Doesn't mean it
good,
turned
too.
out well, though.
Most of the time it did,
True.
though. Because I was going through it and like, I like that. But yeah, so yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time. So we're doing the bonus
Mostly.
list. We're doing the top 3, bottom 2. And
Yes.
for this one, I think we're doing the same rules about passing it if someone else has it higher on the list,
Right.
except for
Yeah,
number
yeah.
1.
That's
so,
right.
John,
So top 3.
from the 46 bonus movies we watched in the past 2.5 years, what is your third favorite bonus
My
movie?
third favorite was Shaun of the Dead.
Ah,
Because I've started to have like a real respect for comedy in terms of it like having staying power.
Started to?
I've started to. I thought, I don't know. I've learned to laugh. Part of it's because of you guys. Thank you.
ah, you know,
That's
this is
sweet.
just gonna be a
No,
It's
tearjerker.
just, I don't know.
It's a tearjerker,
I
kid.
think I used to think of comedy might be easy or something, or like that's just a funny movie, so it's not like a serious movie. I don't know. So I just feel like if you make a movie that you can watch over and
Emo
over
kid.
again, yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's not dark.
Laughing's
it's not
for the
real.
rubes.
There's nothing real about that. But Shaun of the Dead, I just love it every time I see it. It's such a happy movie, and even though it's about a zombie apocalypse, it is so well done, and the characters are so charming. And I just every time I see it's just makes me feel good to watch it. And I as many times as I watched it, and we watched the whole Coronado trilogy, and I kind of feel like it's diminishing returns after that, but I still like all 3 films. I think just it just Simon Pegg is just amazing in that role, and so is Nick Frost. Like they're just sort of iconic to me in those roles. The way the film interleaves things and like it does like the repeated like scenes, but everything's different in each scene, which is normally something I kind of hate. But they do it really super well. The way they do the quick cuts and they do the interleaving of dialogue. I just love the film. So and it's just it's probably one of like the I don't know. It's just a very joyful experience to watch it. So
I like it how it's kind of for
That was
nerds
nice.
too, right? There's like a lot of
Yeah.
nerdy jokes in there too. So
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
nerd, you kind of feel like seen or whatever.
You've been heard.
Yeah.
You've been seen.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
It's
Right.
nice.
yeah. So that was my number
that was
3.
good.
And
Number
nobody else
3.
said-
No.
Number 3.
Ah.
Number unless it
three.
was our number 1
No, I
show,
didn't
there's
have
only 3 here. Come on,
Oh,
give us a
I
chance.
didn't-
Give us a
I didn't
chance.
have it.
So
Yeah,
I'd be
I
so
didn't
glad
have
if
it.
it was somebody's
Spoilers.
number 1. That's true.
TC's
All right.
Well, what do you
over
want? I
here?
mean, am I up next? Who's
Yeah,
up next? I don't
TC's
even know how
up
this
next.
goes.
Look at
Go
that.
TC, what do you got for
TC.
your
So
number
bottom
3?
bottom 3 for number 3.
No.
No.
Top-
What are you doing?
Top 3. Bottom 3 for the bottom
Oh, God.
3rd for the what?
Why isn't
I had
TC going
Parasite.
last?
I had
I
Parasite.
got
You
a
had-
bunch of numbers here.
You had Parasite for your 3rd favorite?
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too. So I think you get to go first because we're tied.
TC wins
So
at the time.
I loved Parasite.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I
I'm
thought it
just
was
gonna,
really cool. I
say
thought
yes after everything you say.
I think what I think about remembering the podcast, actually, the most cool thing that I learned from that was the fact that they built the house for the movie.
Yes.
Oh, right.
I really liked that. I thought that was outside of the box thinking. That is like, I kind of like blew my mind because in all my years of working around film, I just never really, I thought you just built stuff in studio. That's where I figured you build shit. You don't build it like on a plot in a place. That,
It's because that's what you do still.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Parasite is different for sure.
I know. It's just, it's like, it's part of the process usually, but it's usually done in a very controlled environment. So this is kind of cool that like they built this house, and I mean, it really looked great. And I just liked the way those characters interacted with each other. I thought that it was funny. It was sad. It was, it dealt with some real issues like classism, and it
Oh, yeah.
It was
yeah,
scary.
Yeah.
it was
yeah.
scary. It was
Suspenseful.
tense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was,
yeah.
it was all the things. I mean, it like hit every nerve, that you could have really. And I
And it
thought
hit them
just,
all perfectly too. Like everything
Yeah,
it
right.
tried, it succeeded
Yep.
in, I think.
And I
Yeah.
think it was cool too because it's not an American culture. So like we're learning a more than just the usual. Like, when it was Room, I got to figure what was going to happen here. Great, it's just some chick stuck in a room. Woo. But like they're stuck in a room, a little bit different. They're
A
under a
little
table. The people are in the room.
Stuck in a
There's titty
basement.
grabbing.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's not the same room. So no, I just thought it was a great. I thought it was a great flick, and I was very happy that we did it on this podcast. And I mean, shit, the fact that it won all the awards, it was just a hell of a year for that movie, and that's a memorable moment for me.
Yeah, I don't think has there been a foreign movie that has won Best Picture before? I don't think there had been. Right?
Wasn't that a
Not
first?
sure.
Right?
That was a first,
Yeah.
and I remember we did the episode the night before the Oscars or something,
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was right.
which was kind of
Yep.
weird, like because it just became available. I agree with everything you said, TC. The way it looks, like the movie looks incredible. Like all the set design, like inside the house, is also part of the plot in a weird way. Like the movie does really strange shit that I don't think I've seen before. Like the table in the living room is a very important thing. The kitchen is very important. The bedroom and the art on the walls is very important to the plot, right? Like when do set dressings, when do they lend themselves into the plot?
I mean, usually it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
but it's like that was very hyper. You're hyper aware of it in that movie. Yeah,
And it works. Like, I
Definitely.
mean, it makes me think when they're writing the script and they're just like, all right, they're hiding under the table in the living room next to the couch where the parents are fucking. I'd read a script and be like, you can't do that and make it look convincing. But
Right,
you,
yeah.
they did in the movie. Like they 100% did. Like all that scene, I would think written down was just like, you can't make this convincing because this is stupid. This
Well,
sounds,
if you talk, like when we talked to Ryan would have you think, and so as I've been reading about writing, that's the whole point. Actually, is that like when they're writing it, the person's trying to think in their head, how could this look to tell the story,
Yeah.
and then you write it after that, right?
But usually
So-
in movies like with that type of reaching, it's usually not realistic in the first place. There's usually like kind of a movie thing you accept. But in Parasite, it seems so like grounded and realistic because like the
it took
sound
so
design,
much
the way it
setup
looks, the
too,
acting, all
to
that
get
stuff.
to that one scene. It took a lot of setup. It took all these stories weaving together to all lead the family into that one room. So I think that's a really good writing for sure.
Yeah. So and the best part about it is that we all went in blind, and for me that was like the best part because the first 45 minutes or an hour or whatever, you're just completely clueless. Like, what
Oh,
are
yeah.
these people going on
Yeah.
about? I'm totally
Right.
engaged, but like, what the fuck is this about? And then it finally clicks, and then it starts taking left turns until the
Right,
very
right.
end.
Sudden
And it
ones
just-
too,
and it just
yeah,
takes
yeah.
off.
And it
just
doesn't
takes off from
ever
there, yeah.
lose you, right?
Yeah.
Like it has
No.
you, and it brings you to weird.
And it's like
weird
all these little
places.
elements keep adding on to each other the
Yeah.
whole time. So it's a very linear, but like, it's the same. I kind of like music that way too, right? Where like the crescendo it happens, right? And then you finally hit that climax. And it's like,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're into these little splintered off like routes, and that's kind of what happened. It felt like a orchestra like climax, or sex, whatever you want to call it. you know?
Yeah, all the good
Yeah.
things. Orchestra and sex. Parasite is an orchestra
Yeah,
of
it's all
sex.
those things. Yeah,
An
yeah.
orchestra.
So it's what I'm
That's-
saying
That's
is
a great
it's all
quote
them
to put on the,
things.
the
Yeah.
poster.
We need to
Orchestra
reprint the
of
Blu-ray
sex.
covers, boss. We got the best quote I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's an orchestra is a sexing,
No, it was unique. It was definitely, I think, and I love that experience for us because we went and I ended up watching it at the Great Act Theater here. And
Oh, that's awesome.
so we went out. I mean, it was just an amazing experience, and to go and seek out that film. I think we were starting to watch more foreign films then, but not like other than some of the Indian films. We weren't really like pushing into those areas. I think Parasite is probably what really started us to do that.
100%.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
That
you're probably
Parasite
right,
was the
John.
one that we started doing the bonus episodes every other episode.
yeah.
Because I was
right?
looking back,
So,
like,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I was like, this is really fucking good. Are there other movies that are
Right,
this
let's do
good?
more of this.
The answer
Right.
is
So, like,
not really.
People live around the world.
but it's good to try.
Yeah.
It's good to try.
Well,
One day there
there's
might
a
be
bunch,
one.
but
Well, yeah.
they're getting there.
According to
Yeah,
our
they're
list,
getting
there might be,
Mhm.
but yeah. So, all right. So, we're going to number 2 now.
Yep.
Number
Oh,
2.
we're at the poop stage,
It's
buddy.
John. What
Back
do we
to
got?
me. I have lots of list regret now. It's like, but I
Oh,
tried.
he's
like,
got
Parasite.
list regret.
List regret.
Oh boy,
You gotta watch
Is it-
out for
where's
that.
the list? Who's
Was
gonna
an
have list
honorable
envy?
mention.
That's what I
I
want.
got
to
list envy already.
So,
Yeah, I got
John
list
and
envy.
Dad,
I
pretty
love
good.
it.
List envy.
But I tried to think of what movies like really stuck with me and what ones like really like, when I think about them, like, oh yeah. And so my number 2 is Uncut Gems.
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Honorable mention
Dude, that
for me
one
right there.
did not.
Yeah.
That one did not make my list. I had to take
but
it
yeah.
off of there.
Yeah, so honorable
For-
mention
for
for
another
TC2.
yeah.
Sounds like it, right?
Film- Yeah, that film was
Well,
intense.
I would. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right because I did have it. It
You
was
think about it, it's
technically.
You
close.
kicked it off the list.
Yeah.
that's something.
Yeah, that's an honorable
No.
mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the definition is. That's what the
I think
problem is.
that's it. It was in the chopping block. It's like one of the scenes that got cut off and on the floor towards the last cut, right?
Right,
So it's
right.
like-
Yeah.
Like Parasite was an honorable mention for me. And I'm like, I should have put it on.
That
there.
one's gonna go on.
So I feel bad. So if you
Yeah,
get that
right.
feeling, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie was one of the most intense films. I think
the most
I've
intense
seen.
film?
Um,
Can you
yeah,
think of a more
possibly.
intense film?
I don't
That
think
movie
so.
is
In terms of the
stress
emotion,
incarnate.
Come on,
It
it's
is.
definitely
I
more
mean,
intense film. My
I don't
number
know.
two.
I don't know.
emotional
I'm ready.
emotional tension. I mean,
Come on,
What?
but-
Which one
yeah.
we watched?
What do you think was more intense?
my number two.
No.
Oh,
What
no,
what
no,
movie is?
no.
Oh, maybe if your number two is more
Maybe.
stressful
We'll
than
see, we'll see.
Uncut
The one
Gems.
that I'm saying is
Oh,
more
don't say it yet,
intense.
don't
It's
say
my
it.
number
Okay,
two.
okay. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing what that is.
I'm gonna go through the
All
fucking
right.
list right now. What the fuck is more
Yeah.
stressful than Uncut Gems?
I know we're gonna get there, but again, the way it deals with addiction is good as any film has tackled that topic. I think, and it applies to any kind of addiction. And Adam Sandler's performance is just ridiculously good. But just the amount of tension in that film, the way it ends, especially, it's just incredible. And I think of it, it's just for a movie to do that, it just. Again, it's not like it's a completely opposite of Shaun of the Dead. This is not a joyful movie at all. But
But it is. If you're
really-
fucked up, like we are, apparently, it is
Right.
a pleasure to watch.
maybe
right?
It, well,
if you
it was.
enjoy,
it was well, but it was an experience. It was a total experience. You experienced what this guy was, and you got to see it, and you even start rooting for him, and that's also amazing. I mean, sort of as much of a dirtbag as he is.
because he's got
and
you
just-
believing his lies. Like if he hits
Right,
this
right.
one time, he'll get out of it, which is
right.
totally
And
false.
again,
but you kind of want it to be true.
The total addict kind of thing to do, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
again, it's not just gambling. It can be drugs. It can be anything.
It could be institute.
Yeah.
Just swap out any addiction.
Raw
Right,
collections.
right.
Yeah.
Stamps.
Stamps, NFTs,
It's a
crypto.
geo.
Right,
It's
right,
a
right,
geode.
right. It's a geode, man. Give me my rock. And then somebody bludgeons them on the head with the rock at the end of that film. Like killed by the rock. Oh yeah, that's powerful. But yeah. So
Dwayne the Rock Johnson smashes a geode on
The
someone's head
Rock-
on
oh,
Alcatraz.
The Rock Collector, starring Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And Lou Diamond Phillips.
It's every
Guaranteed
single
$800 million box
rock-related-
office.
Oh God, yeah. You're good. You're good.
Oh, that's so stupid.
But yeah, that film, the intensity of that film really stuck with me. I think that the director and the writer there, I mean, that's just kind of it was a
Safdie
different-
brothers.
Yeah, they just their take on intensity and sort of movement and pacing is impressive. It's not like. It was unique, or at least it really felt different in terms of how much they really just hit you over the head with stuff.
Did you end up watching Good Time?
No, I need to.
Oh, John, since this is on your list here, you got to put
Yeah.
Good Time
I
on
gotta
your,
go put Good
on your
Time.
list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely will. But also, and it's just great to see Adam Sandler, who does such just sort of awful work otherwise. He's getting paid well and having fun. And it's not
He's
I
good.
don't know if we call it bad work, but
I
he's
like
doing these-
Adam.
Dude,
the-
he's been in he makes a shit ton
Well,
of
he
money
did Punch
doing
Drunk
Netflix
Love.
stuff.
Oh, I know,
Punch
I know,
Drunk
I know.
Love.
Yeah,
The one
Punch
with
Drunk Love is really
Don
good.
Cheadle. Have you seen that one?
what was that?
TC, have you seen that one? He lost his wife in 9/11 or something like that, and he plays a video game to deal with it. It was super heavy, really good. It's got
Interesting.
Don Cheadle in it. He plays the Colossus game. You know that game, John?
Colossus game.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
wow,
a main
there's a-
plot point in the movie.
A movie about interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you haven't
wow.
seen it. It's a really good movie.
No. I never heard. It's really
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't even know if I've heard of it either.
Yeah,
I'll find it.
Oh, it's Rain
Over Me. That one.
Yeah, interesting. All right,
It's good. It's a good movie. At least it was
Yeah.
way back 15 years ago when I watched it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I'd have to check it out. Okay, cool. Anyway, so yeah, but that's my number 2.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm filling these in as we
So TC's
go.
is TC go next because is he
Yes.
or is it you?
Oh, I gotta
Well,
go now. Actually, in case we
you
double
don't
it
know.
up.
You
You go now.
sound
You went. I
delayed.
went.
You
I
sound
already
delayed.
went. Yeah, I already went.
For number 2? No, you
The
didn't.
first time.
No,
No,
you
no,
went
I
the
gotta-
first
I gotta
time
go.
though. I went
what-
first
what
on the
is
first-
my number 2 here? Where's my list? This is going swimmingly. I thought I had all this
It's
stuff
going
over
well.
here. Oh, it's because I thought we were doing the other top 5 first. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, well, don't give us reveal stuff. You just spoil the whole show.
Yo, I know
Start
people are
reading from
dying
the
to
wrong
know.
Fucking list.
Yeah,
Number
People are dying to know
2.
about the list I barely put together
Of
yesterday.
the
Number
films that we
2.
chose to watch.
Number 2.
Yeah. What is it?
I
What
should.
is it, Teddy?
I planned on queuing this up and I didn't, so I'm going to do a little mouth noises here. Akira.
Oh, God. Oh.
Ah.
Akira. I stand with my opinion that if Akira was a live action movie, it would be one of the best movies ever made. People would respect it more. I think it has pacing like a real art house movie in a cartoon, which is insane because it was super hard to animate everything here. And they just like slowly pan the cameras down. It's like a Kubrick movie, really. Like
Yep,
the way
yep.
the camera works,
yeah,
it's like
that
a
was
Kubrick
a good
movie.
one.
Yeah, I remember you like walking
now
us
I
through
remember
the
that one.
analysis of the like the scenes, like the
Yeah.
city scenes.
Just the way the camera works, it seems like a movie, which makes the movie seem
Yeah.
more real than other animated movies. The animation is the best animation I've ever seen. Ghibli, Pixar, whatever. In my opinion, Akira is the best animated movie looking. The animation is outstanding. And if you
It was
have never
good.
seen it, watch it with the subtitles on because they actually animate the mouths of all the characters to the Japanese track. So like it looks super good, which like they never do that. It's usually like flappy mouth, like
Just like bop, bop, bop,
because
bop,
it's
bop.
really
Yeah.
hard to
So you're
animate
right,
that shit.
yeah, Kubrick is the right way to say, a strange love aside, the attention to detail, right? That sort of like meticulousness that we love so
And
much.
the world they built is insane. The sound design is insane, just like the sound effects and the Foley, and then also the soundtrack, and then like the removal of sound and everything it has going on there. The deliberate pacing, the hardcore sci-fi storyline, and some fantasy elements, and some extreme violence.
Batshit crazy stuff that happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of it is awesome. The movie
Yep.
is so good that I will never like other anime, I don't think. Like that's like the one people tell you
Yeah.
to go in and like this is a good stepping stone. And I tried
it's like,
that.
no,
and I was like,
I'm
this is
ruined.
amazing. And then I watched other ones.
That's
I'm
right.
like, this isn't as good. Nothing is as good as Akira. So I don't like
Right,
anime.
right.
Well, I like Ghibli because that's a little different. The vibe is
Yeah.
different.
Ghibli's different. Ghibli has there's a different tone
Yeah.
and thing that's going on between.
Yeah.
It's
with
much
that sort of
it's
stuff,
much
but-
more of a sweet, like
yes,
good
yes.
time.
It,
you know,
it's
for-
more like human
some of
exploration.
the anime stuff is just like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. But then there's Akira.
Wow.
The movie,
Yeah.
I've like tried to recommend it to people. It's kind of hard to get other people to like it because it's so a lot of things. Like it's animated, it's Japanese, it's
Right.
super violent, it's
Mm.
kind of slow, it's
Right.
weird.
It's hard to understand.
Yeah.
That's the
I
one with
mean,
like the
it's
old
like,
the
yeah.
old man kid. right?
Yep. The two
Yeah,
little
yeah.
kids that
Yeah.
are super old
Yeah.
and they can like
That
teleport
are like
and shit.
ghosts.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
weird shit.
No,
Yeah, right.
I agree. It's a good choice,
Yeah.
Danny. Good job.
Like if you're not into any of that stuff, and especially not into like having to read, which is like most Americans, I
It's
think.
all
Yeah,
adding up.
you're not.
And
yeah,
you
it's
kind
all
of need
fucked.
to read because the only thing you'll remember
You
is
do.
that Kaneda! Akira!
Akaneda!
Yeah.
Akaneda!
It's like, I don't need to read this. I understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah.
He's on. Yeah, he needs help.
He's pissed. What is he
Yeah,
going to do?
Canada
Oh, shit.
needs
He
help.
found a rocket launcher. Oh, shit. It's cranking
Oh,
up a
fuck,
notch.
he's got-
That's my, it's my
yeah.
number two.
Yeah, good choice.
TC, number two.
Well, Battle Royale, baby. Come on.
Oh, more intense than Uncut
Hey,
Gems.
That's
you
right.
think?
Japanese movies coming in hot number two.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah,
Okay.
it's more intense. The fucking kids are killing each other.
no,
you get shot in the
no,
face.
no.
Bop, bop, bop.
I know, but it's so over the top. It doesn't,
Fuck you, kids.
Brrr.
Yeah, I love it.
Whoever
I've
got
always
this
liked
freaking
that
Uzi
movie.
should have survived
I've
all
always
the way
liked
to
that movie. When I brought that movie up, I was like, this is going to be so stupid. It's going to be great. It's the dumbest, most violent movie you've ever seen.
The one film Quentin Tarantino wishes he'd made, according to
It's
Ah,
not
that's
as dumb
true.
as you would. I mean, it's not that dumb.
No,
It's-
no, it's not dumb.
I mean,
it's
the plot is so simple. Put these kids on an island, kill them.
Yeah.
That's it. And like, there's all this drama in between, but like, that's really all it is. Like, when I sum it up in my head, that's what I sum
But that
up.
idea is not inherently good, right? It could have been so shitty.
Oh, it could have been terrible.
Yeah.
That idea has gone on to influence like the Hunger Games, Battle Royale,
Yeah,
in video
yeah.
games. Like it was a simple idea, but it actually was
It's
quite
great.
influential.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Murder
I guess
games.
it is
Who
like,
would have thought,
Murder
huh?
games.
Jeez.
Yeah.
and
we
isn't it
should've
really
known.
just, it's Lord of the Flies, but like
Right.
way more
But for
bloody.
cash.
But
Yeah,
with the
right.
competition imposed on them, not just letting the kids
Yeah,
like,
right,
be
not just
evil
letting
by
them-
themselves.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
so, yeah.
another little nugget there, but yeah, I love that movie. I've watched that movie. I don't know, God knows how many times. Especially when I was younger in college, like you get stoned and drink some beers and like watch that crazy movie and be like, "Aren't the Japanese fucked up?" And then everyone like, "Yeah, sure." And they're like, "That was American culture then," I didn't have much. All I had was I was very white and very much just sheltered in my little Massachusetts bubble. So that was like a big thing, the Japanese movie that, Oh, you've seen this? Oh, yeah, you haven't? Oh, you don't know movies. Yeah,
Nice.
sure. I just
that's
like the
Japanese movies influencing American culture. Both of them. I'm
Right.
trying to link it back to Akira a little bit. It's like
Oh,
they
yeah,
made their
sure.
way over here, and we're just like,
That's
holy
right.
shit, this is awesome. Maybe we should
Yeah,
like
that's exactly
look
right.
into it more.
right.
Find other Japanese movies, and then realize that nothing is quite as good as Battle
Denny
Royale.
said it way better than I did. Yeah, I think that I probably will watch that one again. I also really like the main character, the adults there, the teacher.
You like the
Oh,
He's in a
teacher?
bunch of different- yeah. Because
And
we've
just
seen
the
him in
way
other
he's a-
movies too. I just think
Yeah.
his look he's just got something to him.
Yeah.
There's that too.
He's
So-
got one of the scene I remember the most of that movie is when he like gets shot a bunch and then stands up and walks over to answer his cell phone.
Yeah, just like no
Oh,
big
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
Right.
Don't worry
We
about
got-
it, kids.
Gotta get this.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And he's not even like upset.
No,
He's just like, yeah,
he is not.
that's
He's not-
casual.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
about to die and he's just like, oh, I gotta answer my phone.
Yeah. He's just finally. He's like, finally. Jeez,
Yeah.
I don't have to do this anymore. Fuck. Yeah. So, anyways, that was my number 2. I thought it was a great movie,
Great
and if you like dark and crazy shit, you'll like the movie.
And that solidifies our 3-movie October Halloween tradition. Yay!
That's right.
It's gonna happen again next year.
Oh yeah, well, if we don't get to X, we got to watch that. That's definitely. a
we
horror
should
film
definitely
for
do
us.
that whenever it becomes cheaper than it is right now.
Yep.
All right. We got number 1 time, John.
Number 1, Tim.
Uh-oh.
Favorite movie we've watched since the pandemic has started.
So my number 1 is Flea.
Honorable mention for me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
I just thought about the movies that hit me the hardest, and I think another one that I really really loved, I think it was my top of the last 50 was Come and See, and it was a movie about how war affects everyday people.
That was a lot longer ago. That was like
Was
the
that
fir-
longer ago?
Yeah,
was that
yeah.
even like the first
that was-
250? Shit.
I think it might have been
Anyway.
the first. Anyway,
Like
yes.
the first 50? Okay, some 50 ago.
Yeah. Once upon a time in a 50 land ago.
That's what this movie sort of made me think of, just because it's so personal. It so reflects on this person's experience of being a refugee, of the guilt that he feels, of his own identity, of dealing with being gay as well. I mean, the movie just, I know it's sort of a documentary, and so maybe it's not sort of quite the movie, but it just
It's totally
is
a
so,
documentary. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it's so amazingly done. That
It's
I
a
don't
weird
care.
documentary though, because it's like
It's got narrative. Yeah.
It's got narrative.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean, the animation gives it something else too. So
there's like 3 elements to that
yeah,
that make up
yeah.
its one story.
I
good
think
stuff.
just that I don't know, just the way this story is expressed, and it feels so personal, and partially maybe that just feels so timely right now too, with what's going on in Ukraine and everything. But it just really, really got me. I think it's the film that I thought about the most out of the ones that we watched. The ones that, like, in terms of like really having an impact and really, and again, maybe that's because of current events that makes me think about it. But man, just the way they told a single person's story, how that affects him, how it's like uncomfortable for him to talk about it, how he has trouble with his current partner because he can't speak of the guilt that he feels, and just sort of they don't do it in this sappy way either. They're not like trying to hit you over the head, or it's just more of kind of a sort of factual telling of the story. I think that was just really, really powerful to me. I think it was just an amazing film that I wish more people would see, because it sort of went under the radar, I think, a little bit.
It's free on Hulu. Everyone listening to this podcast right now, you would enjoy it. Listen to it or watch it.
I
Watch the movie.
I just texted someone that I forgot. We got to watch Flea, because I remember talking about it again and then never doing it, never watching it again. It's a tough one to watch.
It's super depressing. Like, the thing that movie is like one story of one refugee, and if you think about how many refugees there are currently, and it happened in the history,
in the moment,
it is fucking soul crushing.
He was relatively
Yeah, I know.
lucky. He was relatively lucky considering what else he got out. His family got, I mean,
he's actually free.
right. But, I mean,
He probably, he hasn't like settled
in
down from
comparison
the
to some of these
experience
other
yet.
poor people that are doing it now, right?
He didn't. He wasn't stuck. He didn't get killed. But and his family survived. But again, it's like I just think it was so impactful, and just so, I don't know. It's so hard to tell these personal stories without like being too heavy-handed or too dramatic, and yet trying to give you an understanding of what the experience is like. And I think this film does it as good as anything I've seen.
Agreed.
Fucking
100%.
ain't right.
Yeah, the movie's incredible. It didn't win it didn't win anything, right? It got like best documentary, best animated, and best foreign feature. It didn't win anything.
I'd like to, there's that Motown
fucking
film.
Drive
I'd like
My
to
Car
see-
won over
Right,
Flea,
right.
which is so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid, TC. I know you kind of like that one, but that's stupid. Would you agree that's stupid? TC like drive my car better?
Might be
Come
his number
on.
one.
Come on.
Maybe that's his number
No,
one.
it's not. It's not.
Okay,
It's not.
TC,
No, it's
what-
not.
Johnny,
It's
you
not.
done?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
good.
TC, what do you got?
I was gonna. Yeah, mine is of course T-Tane. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, so I get to go first. And
That
no,
was
it's
a
your
fake
turn to
out.
go
That was
first.
a fake out. That was a fake out. Yeah, as if that could be a fake out. No, I put and it's probably because it's fresh. I put licorice pizza.
Nice.
All right, good for
Yeah, I
you.
liked that one a lot. So
Nice.
I did watch it like a few times already. So,
Since the podcast,
but it's so
oh, nice.
new. Yeah, it's just new too. I think that's part. I like
Yeah,
some
it's
of these. I
also
really
freaking
don't
great.
remember.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good too, but like a lot of these, I don't remember.
So I haven't watched it a second time. You're saying it's good a second and third watch.
oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Are you
yeah,
laughing?
I thought so.
Are you laughing?
I mean, I got different parts. There was a different parts that I was just like, oh, now it makes more sense. There was a couple of those moments of being like, now that I knew where the story went, some of like their little interactions were a little bit more like, oh, there's a reason for them talking about something later, right?
Nice.
That I didn't catch before. So there's more of just like storyline that I caught, not so much jokes. But yeah, I think
That's
it's a good
awesome.
one to have when 6 months from now, a year from now.
It seems like
Try
a
again.
projector type of movie,
Oh, 100%.
outside, just like watch the sunset and then watch the movie that takes place during a sunset, basically for 2
and
hours.
and then remember how lucky you are that you're not, in some other situation.
yeah.
Yeah, I need to see this again. I was drugged when I saw it, so
Yeah.
I feel bad. I'm like,
I think John missed half of it.
I don't agree with you guys, but I was passed out, so maybe I should try again.
Hey, but you know what? At least you were happy.
That's right. I was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on in the film, but I'm
Yeah, but
sleepy.
so for Licorice Pizza, I thought, that's my choice mainly because it was easy to watch. It was fun. It was like a nice little, pedophile part. I got over it. So you gotta get over it.
Oh,
People
yeah,
gotta get over
real
that
easy
if
to
they're
get
gonna
over
like
it.
it.
To credit to
Yeah.
the movie, real easy to get over the whole
Yeah, yeah,
pedophilia thing going on in there.
yeah. I forgot all about it about 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
So,
He's taller than her. So this is fine, right? Everything
Works
about
out.
this
he
is
looks
fine.
He looks sturdy.
Yeah.
The
There's
kid
There's not a
looks
physical
sturdy.
imbalance
Kid's
there.
got
Yeah.
a pot belly.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good to go.
Yeah.
Seymour
right,
Hoffman's
right,
kid,
right.
he can handle it.
He can do anything.
He's been through a lot of shit already.
So,
He's
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
He is an
that's
adult.
right.
Come on. Give him a
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good point. So, yeah, I mean, that's my number one. So now you're up, Denny. What do you got?
I am up. I'm writing down yours. I don't know how to spell licorice. Spelled it wrong.
L-I-C-O-R-I-C-E.
I can definitely spell pizza. Good for me.
good job. Yeah, pizza. Way to go.
My number one is Dune. Denis Villeneuve is
I mean, how could we not?
favorite
know
It's
that.
not a surprise.
living director.
Yeah, that was not surprising.
And Dune was the first movie that I
Wait,
saw.
say that one more time again. Say that again.
Denis Villeneuve is my
Villeneuve.
favorite director that is currently living.
Yes.
I think. I can't think of anyone else. One of my, no one mentioned it, but Arrival. I expected one of you to put that on
I
there, but
know.
that was
No,
my
I-
highest honorable mention.
That's
my
an
number-
honorable mention.
Yeah.
Arrival
That's
is
an
close,
honorable
too. That was
mention.
another
Yeah.
is amazing.
amazing film. Yeah, I
Blade
agree.
Runner 2049 is amazing.
Yep, good.
Prisoners
Yep.
is amazing.
Prisoners.
Ensemble is amazing.
Lahane. Was it
No, that
Lahane?
wasn't him. No. That was
damn
way
it.
back in
What
the-
was the one he did? What was the one he
Ensemble.
did? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Incendies.
Incendies. That was what
That's
I
the
was thinking.
one.
Yes.
Incendies.
Ensemble
Yes.
is how the French say it.
Encendies.
Ensemble.
Again, we should watch Sicario.
Yes, we should.
Well, yeah,
It's
we
stupid
haven't
how
done
that
that one.
movie isn't on there. Every single movie
yeah.
he's done that I've watched, I've only ever watched. I've watched like Incendies and On. He has a couple other French movies that I haven't watched, and I
Yeah,
probably
we
should
we
just
should watch
them.
all his stuff.
Yeah.
We should. I'd be happy to watch all his stuff.
Guy-
we like everything he's done.
Is the best director for scale. In every one of his movies, there's always shots that just really expand the world of the movie. He cuts to like just a shot of a city or a shot of a spaceship in a field or a shot of the planet Arrakis. And it's just like, this place is fucking huge. And it doesn't feel shoehorned into the movie at all. Like a lot of those
No.
like setting shots do
Well, no,
a lot of the time.
even if it is, but it's not. It's still not shoehorned. There's such a beautiful scene of the ship rising out of the water that doesn't have to be
Oh my
there
God.
at all. But I don't.
Yeah.
I don't care. And
that
it's just
literally that
gorgeous.
one scene, I'm just like, that's all it takes. It's number one.
Yeah.
It's my favorite
Right.
movie we watched in the
'cause
thing.
it's- and that didn't have to be in the film, but goddamn, it's amazing to watch that
That-
shot.
Plus the sound, fucking
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer, the low end
Right,
of that movie, the special effects design in that movie, like the sound effects mixed in, like the way he works with like the sound editors. He has the composer and he has the sound effects people, and they work during the entire production. We talked about this during Arrival, where they work together. They're usually totally separate teams, and they fight over space in the frequency range. But in his movies, they kind of designate frequency ranges for whatever's going on in the scene. So like they'll mix the soundtrack in with sound effects in ways that no other movie does it. And it kind of makes it confusing and awesome sometimes. Sometimes it's like the way it works out.
Seeing Arrival in the theater was amazing. And before Dune 2 comes out, I'll bet they'll re-release Dune 1 in the theaters again. I'm looking forward to that because you got to see Dune in the theaters. I didn't. And I envy you that because I think and Denny himself is he's very much a proponent of people seeing films in the theater. He had a kind of a spat with Time Warner for putting it on HBO Plus and was kind of pissed about all that. And I think it's not necessarily the case for all movies, but certainly for his, he builds these for the big screen and for the big sound systems.
And you can tell.
He builds it for scale, like you say, and to achieve that kind of scale, you need the massive sound system and big screen too, because
true.
That's
you almost have to check it in the theater as you're going. Right? Yeah.
I mean that's what he's aiming
because it needs
for.
to. That's the place that's going to erupt. Yeah,
right. Yeah, whether it's of sound or the vision and visuals, and he does that like nobody. I mean, you say best living director, but probably as far as audio visual composition best ever.
Yeah. Like the way I know he doesn't like have his hand directly in those departments, but in every one of his movies, he's able to do things that other directors don't like the sound cuts, the way he like cuts sometimes with like a loud boom, like a Hans Zimmer boom, and just lets it like echo out in like this loud, it sounds like a real like concrete echo chamber or something.
Yeah.
And it just lets you sit there.
For all we know, they might record that.
They probably do. They have all the, now they have
the
all
means.
the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can do it. Yep. It just sounds, it sounds incredible.
Because
front to back.
we all know when we recorded anything with natural reverb mics, they sounded a lot better than without them.
Yep.
So like doing that shit in a real room, I mean, that can make or break that moment in those films, especially for those huge spaces. I know. I mean, like now my mind's going. I'm thinking about all those moments in those movies again.
That's right. Honorable mention.
I remember that.
Selection envy.
The only thing is, I wish Dune had better characters.
Shut
better
up, John.
Actors.
Shut up. We're talking about how good Dune is. Shut your face.
No, but that's what
when I
the characters are amazing. You fucking book nerd.
Shut up, John.
Right.
Yeah. John, I understand what you're saying, but from my perspective, the book is boring.
John.
The book is boring as shit. I had to put it down. I rarely put books down.
That's fine. I'm just not.
The movie does it for me.
John.
It's perfect for people like me. So whatever you're about to say, it's not a bad thing about it.
I'm not saying
it's not bad, John. It's just it's not for you.
John.
It's all
Shut
I'm
up,
saying.
John. Shut up, John.
I'm saying
shut your mouth,
John.
It's just not for you. It's okay.
No,
it's
it
not
is for me. I'm just
John,
saying.
shut up.
Why can't it be for me too?
I just don't want you to talk negatively on it, John. I've watched that movie like 6 times since it's come out. Movie it's so good. I'll watch it.
I think it is good.
I'll keep watching it. It never gets bad. It's still not getting bad. And they just cast Christopher Walken and Florence Pugh.
He's going to be the emperor.
By the way, what is that about? How is he?
Awesome.
I got
his
googly eyes on the sandworms. Googly eyes.
Yeah.
Googly eyes.
Wow.
Wow.
A lot of
awesome.
sand. Wow.
I stuck the spice up my ass.
Hey, spice up my ass.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. That's like Andrew Dice Clay or something. Hey, hickory dickory dock, it's a worm over on the clock. Hey.
Oh man. Anyway.
Oh God. TC's gone. Oh, he's
anyway,
back.
have you seen the
Severance, get another 7
TV
Up
show? It's like an Apple Plus show.
Yes, show's
he
good.
Just showed up in it. Like we were watching it this afternoon before the podcast, and
have you seen that? TC?
Look, there's Christopher Walken.
Which one?
Severance.
No,
it's really good.
It's really good.
You should check it out.
He's also in a new one called what's it? Outer Range or something like that.
Oh,
is
no,
he
what
in
was
that
it?
too?
Is that?
No, he was in some other one.
That's Josh
Outlaws
Brolin?
or Outlaws, maybe Outlaws.
Maybe not. I know there's a film. There is Outer Range. That is a new one.
Yeah,
Josh Brolin, right?
It's not him though. Yeah, that's Josh Brolin.
Yeah, but Josh is at everything. That doesn't matter.
That's true.
It's Outlaws.
It's got Josh
Outlaws.
Brolin in
Outlaws.
it. And as opposed to what?
Movies without him? That doesn't exist. Fuck you.
I didn't know they made those.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Outlaws. He's in The Outlaws. That's another one.
Okay.
So he is working again. Clearly.
Yeah. Oh, did he take some time off or something?
I mean, I hadn't seen him in shit for a
true.
while.
You're right. Yeah. He's great in Severance. He's. I mean,
Those
I
bills.
don't know if it's a big.
Those
part,
bills
but
are coming due, and he had to
maybe
pay the
so.
car.
That Deer
Ex-wives
Hunter money
and
is
shit.
dried up at this point.
Oh God,
That's
Dear
right.
Hunter.
All right, so that's our top three. All
I
right.
would say one thing though. Are there any honorable mentions there that we didn't? Because there's like one
yeah,
movie I want to
I
mention.
had two honorable mentions that I didn't. I had three total. I mentioned Arrival.
Okay, you mentioned Rival.
So we're gonna do the honorable mentions and just
just to mention it, it's like 'cause
Just
these are
quickly,
films that,
yeah,
like,
sure,
it's like,
why not?
Like it's kind of like Knives Out is one that I just wanted to. I mean, it's not in my list, but I just loved it. I thought that was just an amazing modern
Oh,
film.
what?
Really? What?
Wait, TC.
Yeah, I thought you
didn't like
liked
that
it.
one?
You liked it.
I didn't
What are
like
you
it.
doing? Are you just being an ass
He's
right
being
now?
an
'Cause
ass.
I remember you liked it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Honor to Artemis. Come
I didn't
on.
like it.
How do you not like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I mean,
What about
you
The
liked it.
Matrix? You
Yeah.
like The Matrix, right?
oh, shut up, you.
Give an honorable mention to The Matrix.
I know you didn't
What?
like it, Denny, but
No
but
one's giving an honorable
Hamilton-
mention.
Hamilton.
Oh
is
yeah,
another
no, the
one that I
Macbeth.
loved.
Macbeth. That
No,
was a
shut
great
up,
one.
Shut up. What's wrong with you? You walked away and you came back an asshole.
Power of
What's
the
going on?
Dog. Power of the Dog. That was a good one.
Okay, all right.
What have you done, John?
You need to go to bed. What's wrong with you? You're all grouchy here. Hamilton's another one just because I loved it felt like you were there at an amazing performance watching amazing talent.
What about 1917?
and- yeah, that's good too.
There you
go. I also
That's a good
wanted
one.
to
That's
say
a real one.
The other
Yeah, it's a
film
real
was
honorable mention.
Anne Headhunt because I loved that one too. That one stuck with me.
Oh, yeah.
The blind piano player Indian
What
film.
about
I
Pig?
love that.
Come on,
Pig was good.
Pig.
Pig was good.
I didn't fuck the pig.
Oh, we got to see that other Nicolas Cage film. That other the amazing weight of unbearable talent movie. Whatever.
I'm a huge
one.
Cage
Babadook?
fan. That movie looks
Yeah.
boring as fuck.
It got good reviews.
I know.
It was-
I
it
think
had
I
some-
don't know. I think the critics are
yeah.
happy that he's finally like realizing he's a shitty actor, and they're like, "Yay,
Oh,
good
he's
for you
gonna-
for knowing that,
Oh,
Nicolas
we're gonna have
Cage."
that talk.
Yeah,
Took him
anyway.
a long time.
All right, you guys got any
I have
other honorables?
two I didn't mention. I'd put Arrival on there for other
Yes.
like the reasons I already stated. I would put T-Tane on there. That was almost in my top three. That movie is so
Whoa.
fucked up, and
That's true.
there's nothing else like
yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
it's really stuck with me. Like that movie's really in my head, stuck with me.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Evil Dead 2. That movie
Oh,
is
of course.
one of the most rewatchable movies ever. I watch it once a year. It is awesome.
I've heard that the new Doctor Strange film by Raimi has a lot of homage to Evil Dead 2.
I've
in
heard
it.
that too.
Yeah, so that would be a fun one to watch.
I've also heard that Raimi is old and that movie may not be good.
Okay. I didn't hear
Happens.
about that. I didn't hear those parts.
Oh,
Oh, poor Raimi.
poor Raimi. All right, so
Any-
little
any
break.
others?
We need to
A
do
little
bottom
break,
two.
or-
I need a break.
Okay.
Bottom two.
Let's
We
do it.
didn't even get through the top three. Bottom two of the other movies. Jesus.
Now we're down to bottom two of the 46
Bottom two.
bonus movies that we watched. Let's go with TC first this time.
Right. Well, swap.
Which one
around
are we
a little.
doing?
That sounds good. Bottom two of the
Bonus.
movies we chose to watch, and we're sorry we did.
Oh. Power of the Dog.
Power of the Dog.
Ah, Power of the Dog.
Power of the Dog.
Not so powerful.
No, it's a movie. It was terrible. I don't really have anything to say about that. I just
Why is it so
know that
terrible?
It sucked. It was boring. It was slow. It was not my style. It was some dumb period piece, which I can't stand. You know, we don't
I
need to-
hate,
we don't
I
need to
hate
rehash.
period pieces.
Yeah, you could just
Hate
open
those
a
period
history
pieces.
book. You
That's
can
not
open
true.
a history book.
You
if
liked
want to
it.
know about
There
Yes,
Will
yeah.
Be Blood is the
Nah,
same period, and it's the same kind of
part
movie.
of this. It's part of this bullshit too, with like that stupid show 1883 and all that bullshit that they got Yellowstone.
No idea what those are.
Everyone's
Those are
doing
westerns,
those,
I guess. That's
Yeah,
all.
these are the Western period
So
pieces of
things were
America.
better, rougher, more interesting
Right.
back then than they are now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't like. Actually,
Yeah,
the
that's
deal-
fair.
no, I just didn't like that. I just didn't understand the story either because I'm, wasn't paying attention right. And I don't know. It's
Yeah, I
a
don't
creepy
think
story.
to be fair, Denny, you were that caught by the story either. I don't think
Yeah.
somehow it got me for a bit, and I did like Cumberbatch's performance, but I mean, it seems like that one, people can bounce off it pretty hard.
So
Yeah.
slow and confusing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the rub.
You have to be ready to be confused and bored for 2 hours, which is not a mood I'm ever in. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, I like a lot of weird shit.
No,
and that
I call
movie was
that
just
Monday through
too
Friday,
much.
8 to 5.
Yeah,
I don't need to
Confused
fucking
and
with
bored.
much less
Yeah.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah. I don't need to. Yeah, it's my work week. I don't need to fucking do that at home too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
John relates.
honorable mentions there for me, TC.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised. So like these bottom two for me. I'm like, can I go next?
Yeah.
Go,
yeah.
go.
I don't know. I'm surprised that you guys didn't put these same two. Is like I
exact
think
same
there.
two.
I think there are two that are like far and
They're,
away
like,
the
clearly.
worst.
Well,
Yeah.
I bet I have one of those.
I think we all might have the one. And I think
I mean, the
I'm afraid
Macbeth
TC
one
forgot
should've been
about
on
one
there.
of them. So my number
He
two
might
is
have been
Macbeth.
Macbeth one,
My
yeah.
number two is
Yeah.
Macbeth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tragedy of Macbeth.
Okay.
That
I
movie.
think I went right
No,
over
we're gonna
that
have
one.
the same number one then. I'm pretty
I
sure
think
we're
we
gonna have
might.
the same number
Maybe
one.
we do.
Yeah, we're gonna have the same number one.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Macbeth.
Tragedy of
I get
Macbeth
it.
was so
Bad.
sad. Like that movie got really good reviews,
Bad,
and it made
I
me
think is what
hate
you meant.
Hollywood as how bad that movie was. Like everyone gave it
Oh,
really
yeah.
good reviews. You have all these people that like Macbeth, and that's fine. But like just on a practical level, like you can't understand what they're saying the way the sound is mixed, and that's the most
Right,
important
right,
part of the
right.
movie.
That's not a
there's
good idea, right?
literally nothing else going on.
Yeah, yeah. So all you've got is the dialogue, and if the dialogue is garbled, then you're in trouble, right?
The
Right.
CG is obvious. Like you can't even afford convincing CG when you're not even trying to mix it with anything very complicated. You suck, movie. Fucking Denzel Washington is a powerhouse actor.
Wow,
He
listen to this
sucks
shit, huh?
in this movie. Frances McDormand,
I love it.
powerhouse.
I love it.
She
Yes.
sucked in this movie.
Oh, that movie was
Everybody
terrible.
sucked.
You know,
in
Danny,
that
I think I
movie.
forgot about this one. Now that you're really
I kinda
mentioning
did.
it,
I didn't really.
you know,
I glanced over
I wish
it.
I swapped it out.
You feel my passion.
I probably would.
I have,
think it
I
may be
have
an argument-
anger envy. I
Yeah.
have anger
I-
envy
oh,
right
nice.
now. Yeah, I really
Yeah,
want to be
anger
angry
envy.
with you. Right? Like that's how annoyed I am now.
I don't know. I think it's hard.
Huge waste of
gets a-
time.
It gets a
Yeah.
pass because it's Shakespeare, and people.
Oh,
like,
no,
are
no, no,
always
no,
happy
no.
to-
No,
no,
do you
no,
think
no,
it's
no,
harder
no,
to
no,
make
no,
a good
no.
one? With a lot of critics. I think with a lot of critics and stuff.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
okay.
I think it can.
That's because
easily
they're all
pass
failed
because-
theater kids, is all the critics
Maybe.
are. So they're just
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I know this one. Haha, I can do
What is-
high school
hey,
acting.
Hey, Denny, what does that make us?
Well, no, but I
Cool
probably do
people.
It too. Yeah. I mean,
Ha.
I do it too. I mean, I'm just like, oh well, this is Shakespeare, so
We're
I'm gonna try to
ignoring them because
enjoy
we're
it.
making fun of them. We're the fucking jocks of movie critics.
Yeah, that's right.
Shaving.
The jocks and the geeks. The
We're the
geek
guys
jocks.
that we're the guys that meet at like the local veterans lounge and just sit
Right,
there
yeah.
and knock back beers and
You guys
bitch
and
and
your
moan.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're talking
the Elk,
about. Ah.
The Elk Lodge. We're over there at the Elk Lodge.
Fuck this guy, that motherfucker. I don't know how to make a movie, you know?
Like that. Timmy's in there somewhere too.
Yes,
Yeah,
all that.
Good point. Good
All
call.
those things.
Good call.
Yeah. We're not even critics. We're
Yeah.
just drunks at the bar.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, what do you got, John?
This was just more. It was such a disappointment. I don't know if it's like bad film, but Nightmare Alley was my number 2. I was so excited.
That's
to
a
see
good one.
this.
I like that.
Guillermo del Toro.
I mean, that's
horror,
fair.
carnival, great actors, and it's just like flat. It's just So it was really, really just. I was excited to see this. I think this probably. I think it's on there because it was like the most disappointing one, where I was like really excited to see it, thought it would be great, and then it wasn't.
Then
it was
not
just
so
flat.
much.
It was just kind of boring, and so that was kind of sad that I was like bored. Like, so I mean, there's not a lot to say about it. It's just, but they had.
No.
There's so much potential.
Willem
there. They
Dafoe
had
was
great-
disappointing.
some great
That doesn't
sets.
happen, right?
Right? Why? You just look at the guy. He shouldn't be disappointed. Just looking at him, right? Because look at
And
him.
listening to him. Holy shit, look at that
Yeah,
guy.
right? But somehow it just was flat. All of it seemed flat, and I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's like you know what it reminded me of. It did sort of remind me of what was the remake that Scorsese did with DiCaprio? They go to the insane asylum. It's like an island.
Shutter Island?
Shutter Island. It
Oh,
reminded me
yeah.
It's like
that
an
was
island that
another-
looks like a shutter.
it was
Leo.
really boring too, and it just felt maybe with these remakes, it's easy to just kind of coast or something. I don't know, but when you're doing a film,
You
doesn't
never
even
know what
coast,
happens
dude.
when the studio gets their hands on it too.
Guillermo is a passionate dude. Something
Yeah,
happens.
I know, right? We know that, right? So and that's So
Maybe
it's
he's
really
just getting old though.
strange.
Some people, when they get old, they get slower. You know, some people just
Maybe,
try
or
it
you just
less
have,
hard.
You just have hits and misses too. I don't know. I mean, his previous film, I didn't see it, but the water one,
Shape of Water.
yeah, Shape of Water. I just
It's
I need help
an
finding
island.
words.
It's the shape of something water based.
It's
It's
water island is another
It's
island.
like
I got
a
one
thing-
word. Can you help me
thing
out?
that's
Come on.
around the island. Anyway,
Yeah.
but you like that one, right? I haven't seen
No.
it, but you
I
didn't like
told
Shape
you a
of Water?
story
I
about
thought-
how we saw it in the theaters. Theaters in
I thought you
Naomi's.
said you liked it.
Naomi's sister, halfway through, there's a scene where she's going to have sex with a fish, and Naomi's
Right.
sister went, "Oh my God," out loud, without not being a jerk, but just like
Oh,
couldn't
in the
contain
theater.
herself.
And everyone
And
laughed.
Yeah.
half the people laughed, and the other half were pissed. The half that
Oh.
laughed were laughing the rest of the movie because it was so stupid, and
Right,
the other
okay.
half was pissed.
We're so
because we
mad.
were
You
all
said you
ruining
liked
the
it.
movie for
mad.
them.
They were so mad. Yeah, they ruined
you ruined
they
the
ruined
romance
their movie
between
experience.
the fish and
Yeah.
the girl.
Yeah. Best
Yeah.
picture winner. Yeah. Hollywood knows
Yeah.
what the fuck they're doing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Hollywood
I
don't
know.
know shit. Met some of these people.
That's true. Maybe
Fuck,
he's
you
getting
hate them.
old. I don't know, but it's too bad because I love the guy.
I agree,
But
man.
yeah.
Like that movie was, it was disappointing, you know? Didn't look good in the trailer. So maybe it's like, well, maybe we shouldn't have watched it, but
Maybe
You know.
not. I should. I mean, but we try to avoid. We want to avoid trailers and spoilers. and
Oh,
stuff like that.
I
'cause it's
I
fun
think
to go
that's the
and watch,
best thing
but-
we've decided to do is ignore
Yeah.
all the trailers
Right,
every
right.
time.
Like not even read the synopsis. Right. I like that now. But
No,
but
honestly,
then
the
it's-
synopsis can ruin it too. I've
Yeah,
read
it
some
does.
synopsis in my time
So
where I'm
then
like,
you can never
that's
read or write
literally
anyway.
the movie.
I've read
Yeah.
some synopsis in my time.
I've read a few synopsis in my day.
Yeah.
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 You're
I
just
have.
80 years
Unfortunately-
old talking to
and-
little
no,
kids.
unfortunately-
I've read some synopsis in my
No,
time.
no, unfortunately, well, unfortunately, my job,
on a journey with the fish.
my job used to be dealing with all the fucking metadata.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'd read.
Oh,
I'd
God,
have to.
so you
So
guys
he's
I'd
read
read
have to
all
quite a
look
the
at
bit
it
of
all the time.
synopsis in his time.
Yeah.
I've had
it was all
fucking
synopsises.
hundreds of them. Yeah.
Record-setting
And I've
synopsis reader
I've
over here.
actually gone back to the crew and been like, this just gives away the show. You should
Right.
change it.
Yeah, we should change it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Cool.
then someone reads it and goes, how does it make it this far? What the fuck? It's literally the episode.
All right. So,
Anyway.
guys,
What do we
here
got?
we go. I think we should do
Number
this.
one.
I think on the count of three, we should all say the number one and see if we.
I think you and I are going to be on the same page.
I don't. You don't think
know about
TC? All right.
TC. TC
We're
might
gonna
have
do.
forgotten.
We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, go is what we're gonna do. All
Okay.
right. I'll count it
All right.
down. 3, 2, 1. The
The,
800.
the worst person in the world.
Ooh,
The 800's not on your
what?
list, TC. You forgot about it. You had to have forgotten.
I have
about
no idea what the 800 is.
That's
I
the
don't
movie
remember.
we watched where it was a Chinese movie and it was all CG about dudes holed up in a warehouse.
It was like
And-
the biggest moneymaker of the year, which was
Oh,
sort of.
man.
Yeah.
That was
one
a
of-
bad
That
one.
one. Can
What
you
are the
switch
top
yours,
That
grossing
was a
films?
Can you
really
switch
bad
yours?
one.
You push worst person in the world number 2 and you can
Oh,
go right
did you
now.
really put worst person in the world? Because I thought you liked it. I mean, in the end.
I didn't like that movie. I fucking hated that movie. That movie
Yeah,
was
but
awful.
you appreciated how you hated it. No?
I don't think that's a thing.
No, you did that. You did that with Gone Girl. I think you put Gone Girl high on the list because it affected
that's
you
right,
so
because it made you
negatively.
uncomfortable.
It made
Not
me
because
so
not
uncomfortable.
because
This
it
one
a
was
bad
awful.
movie, but because it made
Yeah.
you uncomfortable.
It made me really uncomfortable. Yeah, it made me not want to date anyone again for years.
So that's
yeah.
a similar kind of thing here. I think. It's
Yeah,
more
right.
About like, you
Yeah,
not
no,
agree
this
with
one
the
I just
feelings.
hated because it was so bad. I mean, like it was just such a shitty fucking person.
Yes.
I know, but the movie was well done. But it made you feel like
Shut up, John. Shut up,
Shut up,
John.
John.
But you
I got-
said it was.
I agree with John, but I got to join TC because he helped me out
John,
last time. Shut the fuck up, John.
I agree with you too, John. But shut up, John.
Okay, fine,
Shut
fine,
up,
fine,
John.
fine,
I
fine.
agree with you, but fuck
I
off.
know,
You're
fine,
right.
fuck
You're
me,
right.
you're right.
You're right.
I
It's
agree with
easier
you
to
too.
yell at
And
John.
also hate me.
He's sitting in the dark now. Why is he
I
so
know,
sitting in the dark?
You turn the light
You know
on,
what
I
though?
can-
The dark looks good on you, John.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. You're like a vampire.
It really suits you. Sort of
Yeah,
hides
right.
your features.
You know, you look
makes you
so
look better
good in the
'cause
dark.
I
You look
see
so
less
good
of
in the
you.
dark. Yeah,
Yes. All right.
You can't tell you're losing hair when you're sitting in the dark, John.
That's
right.
right.
Oh, low blow.
All that
Shut up,
gray-
Denny.
He was talking
Shut
about
up,
it.
Denny.
Oh, shit. It's me.
Shut
Shut,
up,
up,
Denny.
Denny. You fucking asshole. You piece of shit. All right, so
this
that
one's off
TC,
the rails.
Can we do that?
I don't care what we do. I hate most movies.
And then number
apparently,
one
so.
for everyone, because I knew
is the 800.
is the 800. There's no other
Yeah, it has to
movie.
be.
It was by
That
far
movie was so bad.
the worst movie we've seen. Right, John?
When they start
Oh, no.
piling up on each
Where'd
other,
John
when
go?
they start piling up on each other too, it's great.
Where the fuck John go? I want him for this.
Well, the dark looks better now. He just went off camera. For the audience at home, John looks even better now because he's not on camera.
Oh man, he just quit the podcast because of a hair joke.
No, he's on. He's still on. He can hear us. He can hear us.
Where you go?
He can hear us. He's still on the fucking thing.
I want to rage. This has never happened before, so I want to rage
Did he
together.
put it the 800 too? Did he put the 800 too?
He did.
Ah, fuck! I fucked up. I should have done it. I honestly didn't.
You agree though, right? You agree though.
I mean, that movie's so bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know why it's on the list. Did you hear us the whole time? I was ragging on you.
he's doing stuff. Hey, John, can you hear us?
What happened? The 800 was bad. You're right. I mean, I think I glossed right over that one when I read it. I didn't even think what it was. Wait, the 800's on the list? I don't even see it.
Did I not put it on that list I sent you?
No. Oh, there it is. Yep, I went right. Oh, yeah, man. I did not. You know why? Because I immediately started thinking about Arrival.
Which is right next to it.
Yeah. Right. So honestly, I couldn't tell you. The Green Knight, I remember. The Mandibles and 800, I couldn't tell you. At that point, I looked at those. I was like, I don't know what those are. And then I went right to Arrival and was
Mandibles
like, oh, yeah,
is that
I
weird
remember.
foreign movie with they find a big fly and they make it their pet.
Oh, that stupid movie.
That was good though. I like that one.
There was so many of these dumb movies though
Yeah,
that I don't even remember.
but you do.
That
If you just looked up
sucks.
a synopsis, it would come rushing back to
Well,
you.
how I'm not a big synopsis guy. You know
Yeah,
this. I just
you're a
talked
big
about
synopsis
this.
guy.
I've read a lot of synopses in my day, but it doesn't mean I like them.
I don't really read them. They don't register.
I don't really read them.
I just look at
skim them
individual words and then I
yeah,
move on.
I skim them for errors. I don't look at them for like content. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I just all my audio went nuts, and then that's what happens when I'm in the dark.
Are you back?
I'm back. I'm
I'm
good.
back. All right, so-
I just had to restart my. I just had to restart recording. I'm good.
So
Okay.
so
All right,
hard
so-
edit here maybe. John is back. He fixed his audio. We pushed
Yeah.
TC's second movie back to 3. First movie, worst person in the world, to number 2, and we're all in agreement
And then
because I didn't have to convince him. He
800
just
sucks.
forgot what it was.
Hey, forgot
Yep.
800. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
yeah.
hates the 800.
Everyone hates
Oh
the
god,
800.
that was worst acting, worst visual effects,
worst story.
terrible propaganda.
Worst dubbing I've ever
Yeah.
heard in my life is in that movie.
Yeah.
Terrible dubbing,
Yeah.
terrible propaganda. Yeah. It's like everything historically messed up. I mean, there's an interesting story there historically in terms of what happened, but
Boring? Somehow people
Yeah.
dying every 2 minutes is boring.
Gets
Committing
really boring
suicide.
after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right there,
was
Denny. It
not
really
good.
does get fucking. That one trick pony was done by like 10 minutes in.
Yeah. Weren't the credits like really, really far into the movie too? Because
Yeah,
it was
they
like,
were
this is
pretty far.
epic. And you're just like,
Yeah.
No,
it's-
remember it was like the whole movie. It went like about like 20 minutes, and then the credits
Yeah.
began.
and you're like, oh,
Yeah, I remember that.
Fuck. Not
Like
more.
Jesus Christ, this movie's going to be really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
Not just a little bit
It
bad.
was
Yeah.
pretty bad. Yeah.
And it's so bad that there's not much to dive into. It just sucks overall. The movie is terrible. I can't believe it was the highest grossing movie in the world during the year of the pandemic. Yeah, that's why we watched
Yeah,
it.
it got replaced, I think, by something quick.
Well, that doesn't count.
eventually.
It was like
Right, doesn't
the
it?
Dragon Train Munchin or something like that.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
one
yeah.
beat it out, but
the
it was from
anime
2020.
film
Yeah, but
movie.
that one doesn't really count, even though it kind of does, because they re-released it in theaters, and all that extra money that pushed it over the edge was in 2021.
Oh, okay. Well,
So it
doesn't
still
count.
was theater
Okay.
money, and it still was released in 2020. But I don't know. I want to feel justified watching this stupid 800 movie. Otherwise,
Oh, yeah, I know. That it was
all
a big
for
mistake.
naught.
Yeah.
Have you ever met anyone else that watched it?
I would never know.
'Cause I don't think I've
No.
ever heard anyone talk.
We
about
had to
it.
wait for it. It took a while to get over here.
Right. We were waiting for it to be rentable.
Yeah,
Like, all right.
it's
we
got to
should
be
see
good.
it.
$600 million during a pandemic. Fuck, it's got to be good.
Yeah.
No, then we realized that nobody's got anything to do.
Yeah.
They're all sitting at home watching jack shit.
Yes. All right, guys. Guess what
All
I
right.
have for us?
What do you have?
Special categories.
Special categories.
Oh boy.
All right.
So these.
Let's go.
Here we go.
This actually, because we usually do this after we talk about the movies. Maybe we
Well,
do this after. So, John, you have something here. Maybe we
I
do
do.
your thing here, and then we do our top 5, bottom 3, and then we do special categories.
All right.
Does that
Yeah,
good?
that sounds good.
Yeah.
That
Sounds
sounds a
good.
good way
That
to
sounds
end
good.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
categories. Yep.
So I've got. Let's see.
Got the glasses on, folks.
I've got the glasses on. So
He looks
this
so
is what I've
smart.
got. So I haven't done this for a while, but what I've got here is when I run this sort of like I'm taking the list as we froze it, and then I'm comparing it with the list of top 250 right now today, and seeing what's different, what dropped off, what's new, and then what moved, sort of whether they moved up or down. So there's a ton of things to cover here. So I'm just going to hit the highlights in terms of what has happened. So there's two sort of general categories. One is what's new, and then what dropped off. And to see what's sort of interesting like that. So I'm going to start from the bottom of what's new because it gets sort of more interesting as you go up top. So let's talk about the new films that have come in
Let us.
before we talk about the ones
Let
that
us.
fell off the list.
So, just sorry, John, if I missed this.
Yes.
Is this
Right.
since the last list update, or is this since we froze the list?
Since we froze the list.
Nice.
So I've
I like
gone
that.
back to when we froze the list. Yeah. Because there's things that have gone on and off, like Jaws disappeared for a while, but then came back.
It's back.
Oh,
Things like
Spoilers.
that. Yeah,
Yay.
Jaws is back.
Yay.
Can't keep that fucking thing away.
Yeah, and there's a lot here that there's movies that we don't even know that we don't necessarily have to go into every single one. I mean, and maybe who knows?
I hope
when
you're
we're,
tracking
like,
these
looking
because
for
I want to
more
watch
do.
all these. If they're that
Yeah.
high, then
Well, even
might be
like
worth
so, the Rafifi is the 249 and 1955 film. Four men play a technically perfect crime, but the human element intervenes. Don't know about that.
Who the
film.
fuck
Never
is
heard of it.
upvoting 1955 movies on the
I don't
internet?
know. There's
Some
something
fucking
happens.
asshole with enough super
Right.
computers to make those goddamn movies on the list and screwing my whole life up.
And then 248 now, Dances with Wolves.
Boo!
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Nah.
Interesting.
Is Titanic on there now
245
too? Jesus.
No. It's a spoiler, no. 245 Aladdin, the animated film, is on there.
Very nice.
243 The Handmaid.
I love Aladdin.
You like that one.
Oh,
didn't
The
you?
Handmaid. Great movie.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
fucked up. Totally should watch
Um,
that movie on the podcast. Lots to talk
I
about.
watched parts of it. I found it kind of boring. Yeah.
Parts of it? What do you even do, dude?
Because I
Like,
got
he was
bored and
asleep.
stopped watching it.
He was
Maybe.
asleep.
It was
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah.
241, interesting that it's not on there already, but The Sound of Music has creeped up into the list, the 1965 musical.
talk about boring.
Ugh.
I've not really seen it. I mean, it's more iconic than anything. I've never really seen it, but you know the songs and so forth.
I'll pass.
And so
237,
forth,
My
yeah.
Father and My Son.
What now?
This is
Who's this?
a 2005 film. My Father and My Son. The family of a left-wing journalist is torn apart after a military coup in Turkey. So that's interesting.
Wow, a lot of votes on that one too.
Yeah. And then we have Dersu Uzala, a 1975 film, which
More information, please.
yes. The Russian army sends an explorer on an expedition to the snowy Siberian wilderness where he makes friends with a seasoned local hunter.
Russian movie. Yeah.
Akira Kurosawa did the screenplay, and the director was Akira Kurosawa.
Oh.
So that sort of explains that. To Be or Not to Be, that's also now in 227. I think that's Peter O'Toole.
Lawrence
Be
himself.
or not
Yeah.
to be.
Yes.
That's the area, baby. I know.
No, that's maybe too far away. Sorry. No. Ernest Lubitsch.
Is this 1942 or 1983?
Yeah, during the Nazi occupation of Poland, an acting troupe becomes embroiled in a Polish soldier's effort to track down a German spy. So no.
So I'm looking at some of these things you're posting here, John. The minimum number of votes that used to be required was 40,000 votes. And 3 of these movies so far have like above 30,000, but below 40,000. So maybe they were like,
maybe that's why some of the list
so maybe
has
they were
changed.
sitting in like the not enough votes, but like a
They've
high
changed
rating
some of the
thing.
criterion.
Yeah. So they're getting like
That makes sense.
bumped up.
So 224 TC would like this Before Sunset is now on there.
Oh, yeah.
That's the second one?
Before what I think is the second one, isn't it? Yeah.
Before sunrise, before sunset,
sunrise, then
before
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 midnight.
sunset.
Sunrise
and then-
is this first one.
And
Before
then
Sunset's
Now We're
the
Old
second one.
is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
third one.
Second one deserves to be on there.
I
So
like the second one.
223, The Exorcist. I'm
Yes.
surprised that one.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm surprised that hasn't got on here.
Movie is so
before.
good.
Like,
I made
yeah.
Naomi watch that one within the last 2 years. She'd never seen it. And I forgot what I like, we traded something. I was like, Naomi, I'll do you a favor or like something if you watch The Exorcist with me right now.
Nice.
So I had to
Oh, boy.
I had to do like some
You have to,
chore
like
or
clean
something.
the bathroom
Yeah,
for like
something.
months.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. The movie holds up. The
Um,
movie's great.
Let's see. 220 Logan, which is the Wolverine origin or like ending story for him. That's 2017. I've heard it's good. It's dark.
You haven't seen it?
I don't know.
You'd like it. Imagine if Wolverine actually used his weapons in a way that would work realistically. As in, you
right.
punch somebody in the head if you have knives attached to your wrists.
Right. So it's like a slaughter film.
Yeah.
Kind of, right? Horror. 212 Ford versus Ferrari. New one. That was like 209. That's 2019 film.
I think we almost watched that one.
Yeah, we almost did. Here's another new one that is 209 Dead Poets Society.
Oh, my captain, my captain. What does he say?
Right.
Oh, captain,
Yeah,
my
right.
captain.
Oh,
Captain, my captain. That's
Captain.
right.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Robin Williams
Can I have
popping up on the
another
list
beer?
now. I guess
Yeah, with
this
Aladdin too.
Yeah.
There's a lot here. I don't know. This could go on for a while, and I don't know if we want to keep going. So I'm going to jump up through the middle of the list. Most of these we know already because we've watched them, like things like 1917 and Hamilton, and like Stars on Earth. You know, these are films that we watched because we knew they were on the new on the list. The other one that's new. Actually, that actually covers most of the new ones. Really, there's not any other like sort of surprises. So 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri is 165. And we should see that one. There's enough people really like that one. I'd like to see it.
I like
I'd
that
be
one.
interested in it.
Francis
So
McDormand
that's-
in a movie
yeah.
that wasn't terrible like The Tragedy of Macbeth. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good to see her do good things.
Yes.
Or
But
Nomad.
most of these films we saw, I mean,
Hey,
like
watch your mouth, TC.
Shut
Joker,
up! Shut up!
Joker, which none of us really want to watch, is at 70. I don't really want to
Again,
see that.
don't wanna watch
is
it
fucking
again.
Yeah, I
Garbage.
mean,
yeah.
Spider-Man
I, like,
into
did
the
not like that
Spider-Verse
movie at all.
is still at 69, which is
That's a
which is
good
great.
movie.
It
Yeah.
deserves
I
to
love
be
that
up there. Yeah, it's the highest ranking Marvel or comic book film.
Wait, what
yes.
about Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight? That's the highest grossing.
Oh,
or
you're right.
highest.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it. You're right. It's higher. Damn it.
It's all right. It's not on the current list.
It's not as justified, but fine. Whatever. Anyway, so that's a bunch of that's kind of the movers that we have. I think there's some interesting things there. Like it is interesting that a film like The Exorcist hasn't been up there yet.
Yeah.
Now we go to off the list.
You know, I don't think I've seen The Exorcist.
Next Halloween,
I don't
dude.
think I
Next
ever saw
Halloween.
it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So Lagan, Once Upon a Time in India is gone.
Hey, Amanda Meir.
These are the ones that are off the list now, which is sad.
Ah,
I
it's too
like
bad.
that
Oh,
one.
that one was like a 249 or something, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was on the edge.
I liked
on the
that
way.
one.
It was the first film we watched.
Amir Khan with his shirt off for 2.5
Singing
hours.
about
Amir
Yes.
Khan. Amir Khan. Amir Khan.
Dude,
Amir
and
Khan.
it was
What?
great. It
Yeah.
was unlike anything
He
I've
was the
ever
best.
seen.
He's one of my
Um,
favorite actors,
I know.
hands down, bar none.
He's so likable.
Right. High Noon
He
is
is.
gone. Throne of
Almost
Blood
as
is
likable
gone.
as Tom Cruise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's and not a Scientologist, so that's kind of a bonus. So High Noon is gone. Throne of Blood is gone.
Good.
Gangs of Wasseypur is gone, which is
Boo.
sad.
Fuck.
I know.
Movie was great.
Both parts we really
Aren't
liked
you glad
them.
we did the list
Back
in 2016 when we got to we
Yeah.
would have never watched
I
that
know.
movie otherwise.
Right.
Movie was
Right.
awesome.
That's
It's
true.
kind of-
I mean,
yeah.
who knew that would be the outcome of this project? Is the
Right.
fact that like all these movies we actually liked would not be on the list anymore.
Yeah.
And this one, Denny, might break your heart. I'm sorry, but the King's Speech is no longer
No!
Oh, thank God.
That makes sense.
Jesus Christ.
on there. Roman Holiday's gone. That seems like such a classic. It's
That's
too
all
bad.
right.
I know,
Bye-bye.
I know.
See ya.
Castle in the Sky is gone.
No.
What?
I know.
What?
The
All
original,
the Ghibli movies should be on the fucking list.
right?
They should never leave
I
the
agree.
list.
Yeah.
Right,
There's
I
nothing
agree.
like them.
I agree.
And Castle in the Sky was like
Um,
the first really good Ghibli movie.
I
Well, no.
you know,
What
I
was the
love that
first-
one.
It was like Nazca
did.
in the Valley of the Wind.
Yes,
Wasn't
that one's gone
Ghibli,
too, I
right?
believe.
What?
Yeah, I think
That one's
I
gone
think
too.
Nausicaa's
What the
gone too,
fuck is
maybe.
wrong with these people?
Yeah, it's
That's
gone too.
stupid.
Who are these people?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Fuck, they're not friends of mine.
The original Avengers movie's gone too,
That's
which
fine.
is I
Oh,
think-
really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
A Fistful of Dollars is gone. Guardians
Sure.
of the Galaxy is gone.
Sure. Sounds good.
Fanny and Alexander. I really liked Fanny and Alexander. That one's gone. That,
Also,
that
a
one
movie
was,
I would have never been convinced to watch
Right.
from the
No way.
synopsis.
Yeah,
But-
I really appreciated that one, but it's too bad. The Imitation Game's gone. That makes sense. That was just more of a recent film. IP
Lots of
Man's
turning
gone.
dials on that one. That's what I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, The Martian's gone, which is fine. This one is the one that maybe bothers me the most. Is Dog Day Afternoon's gone.
Stupid.
No shit.
Yeah. That one was like another one of my number ones. I think like from one of our 50 lists.
We just rewatched
Um,
Mindhunters on Netflix. You ever seen that show?
It was
no.
all right. I didn't get through the
You
whole
don't like
thing.
it? Oh, I love that show.
I didn't get through the whole thing.
We
Yeah,
just
it was boring.
we watched it again. I love that show. And they watched Dog Day Afternoon in that show
Oh, really?
because they
Just
actually
as a-
used to use that movie as training for like
Oh,
how to deal
seriously?
with crowds and stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, yeah, it's gone. It's too bad. Kind Hearts and Cornets is gone. Sin City is gone. Internal Affairs, the original, or Infernal Affairs, which is what the Scorsese
Departed.
film was. Yeah, The Departed was made off of. Strangers on a Train is gone. 12 Monkeys is gone. The Revenant is gone. 8.5 is gone, surprisingly.
I'm not
Yeah,
upset about
wow.
any of these.
No.
Donnie Darko is gone. I'm upset about that.
That's fucked.
So Diabolique is gone. Again, we don't care. Deadpool is gone, which is a little sad, but it's understandable. The Bourne Ultimatum is gone. Bye, shaky Cam Roger. This one's gonna hurt Denny.
No,
Can you
don't hurt
imagine
me.
What movie will hurt you?
Stalker?
Yes.
No!
Stalker's gone.
No, I didn't do it. It was cheating.
I'm sorry.
Ah, poor
I'm
Denny.
sorry, Denny.
Well,
At
at this point, yeah, whatever.
I mean,
I'm glad the list made me watch that. Holy
we
shit.
need some. I know we need to find some more lists because I mean, you know, it's just finding these classics has been great. Annie Hall's gone, so
Good.
no one's fine. Valley of the Wind is gone, like we said, which is too bad.
Oh.
Touch of Evil is gone. The Princess Bride.
What?
The Princess Bride.
Who votes that less than
Wow.
a 10?
I don't know. That is. I don't get it.
Like, what kind of person is that? I can't even imagine it. I can't imagine that person.
I don't know. It's just that is one of the best ensemble films ever.
Best
The
kids movie
comedy-
that is also good for adults
Yes.
ever.
Yes. But I don't know. Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid's gone.
What number are we at now? Are you going like
That's
in reverse order?
184 is
Okay.
gone. Yeah. We're going reverse order. So like as we go up the list, these were ranked higher before they left. Zootopia was gone, which is, I mean, it's still a great animated film.
I think
This is
we froze the list the year that movie came out, so that kind of makes
probably
sense.
right. It's like that recency kind of thing
Yeah.
where it just jumps in there. But this is kind of surprising. The Maltese Falcon is gone. Like that's like I
What?
thought that was like the classic noir,
Yeah.
and I really liked it. We really liked it. I thought
No,
yeah,
Sunset
but-
Boulevard is the classic noir.
right? And
Maltese Falcon was
Night-
just way more fun than.
Knights of Cabaret is gone. We didn't
wow.
care about that. Captain
No.
America: Civil War is gone. The Message is gone. That's fine. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is gone. And that's
I
not
guess the
surprising.
second and third one ruined it for that franchise.
Right. Actually, yes. I mean, because
I haven't even
man,
watched the third one yet because the second one was so fucking bad, and I like the director.
I know we didn't get through the third one. We tried. The third one was pretty bad.
Yeah.
We bailed on it. It wasn't worth it. And the top film that's dropped off was at 137, and that was Sunrise: A Song of Two Humans.
Huh. How does
Just
that
a
work?
little bit of a little final thing are like big movers, like what has dropped, what has risen the most, and what has dropped the most. I won't go over all of them, but like moving up 65 places, The Truman Show. It's
The
now at
Truman Show.
209, or previously it was at 209, and now it's at 142 or 144 rather. Come and See has moved 62 places up, so that's good. So it's hovering around 101 now, or 100 or 102, I think. Prisoners.
All because
moved
of
up
your opinion
57.
on it, John. You're number one.
I think
Really
so.
got
That's me.
the fan
It's all
base
me.
to push up the.
Oh God, yes.
yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Catch Me If You Can moved up 56 places. Jurassic Park up 49 places. So it's previously it was at 200. It's at 151 or something like that. Very close. I have one plus or minus one here. But just because I did some weird calculations. Shutter Island's moved up 37.
Up.
Barry Lyndon up 36. Yes.
Up.
For some up. Yes. Good for Shutter Island. Anyway, so then if we
Good
think
for
about the
Barry
ones that
Lyndon.
are sinking the most, Cool Hand Luke has moved down.
Yay! Too
73
many eggs
places.
really weighs you down. You fucking
That's right.
stupid prisoner.
it's a
Tell us how you really feel, Benny.
its current is 233 when before it was at 160. Rebecca is down 73 points too, tied with Cool Hand Luke for the biggest drop. It's currently at 230 and before it was at 157.
That's because they remade it recently and it
Oh, yeah?
sucked. Yeah, they remade
that's
a
even
movie
worse.
version.
Yeah.
So like people were like, "Oh, that's funny how like a remake can just drop the original,
Yeah.
the value of the original."
It happened one night. Has dropped 71 points.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I thought we liked that one. Right, it's holding at 243. It used to be 172. Room, you'll be happy to hear, has dropped 69 points. Yeah, currently now at 193. Life of Brian sadly dropped 69 points too. It's currently in danger at 241.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of other. I mean, we could go on, but it's just another just notable in terms of ones that we like. The Big Lebowski has dropped 48 points.
No!
it's currently. I know it's currently at 200.
48 points?
Right,
you.
it's dropped like at 200, right? I know the 400 blows has dropped 49 points. It's currently at
Stupid.
235 or 236.
List is broken. Someone needs to look into it.
I know. Monty Python and the Holy Grail has dropped 48 points.
What?
Yeah, right. My Neighbor Totoro 44 points.
Fuck.
Oh,
I'm
come
getting mad. I don't
on.
like this,
Right?
John. This is making me
Blade
mad.
Runner
Yeah.
minus 41
No!
points.
All your favorite movies,
Dude,
Kenny.
this is the
175,
worst.
right?
You know what it
Right,
is? It's just the years are going by, so
I
people
know,
like
I know.
these movies
Raging-
less and
Raging
less.
Bull-
I wasn't
down
alive
to
when Blade
38.
Runner came out. It's not my
Yeah,
fucking movie.
I
Why is
know.
it dropping now? It doesn't make
Yeah,
any
but
fucking
you've loved
sense.
that movie since you were a kid.
But it's, I don't know.
No.
It's-
Yeah.
I didn't
it's
see it when I was a
close.
kid.
Yeah. It's getting even harder to have a kid watch that one because
Yeah.
these kids don't do that anymore.
I know, but it's upsetting. I mean, Raging Bull is down 38 points.
Boo.
It's currently at 155. Gandhi has dropped 37 points. Chinatown has dropped 34 points. It's currently at 156.
Jeez, there's a lot of movement on these ones. Huh?
Hachi's down.
Hachi's still on the list. Holy shit.
Hachi's still on the list. It's
Ah,
holding
good for you,
at-
Hachi.
It's holding at 232. It
Fucking
dropped
Hachi,
33.
man.
Hachi is the immovable dog statue at the train station. It's just rock now.
That's right.
You can't.
It's going
Yeah.
nowhere. Anyway, that's just sort of there's more points, but that's getting out of the 40s and stuff. So that's just kind of a general summary there.
Nice.
Wow.
Good day,
There's a lot of
John.
movement.
Good
Lots of
program.
movement on that. Yeah.
I need it when I get the time off and rebuild our website. It'd be fun to have this be dynamic, but not for a while.
No worries.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
So what's next?
top
Let's finish this
Five.
up. We got a top 5, bottom 3
finish
of the
it up.
regular
This
fucking
is gonna be
list.
then
double
special
what it's already been,
categories.
John. I hope you have some
Oh
caffeine
my
near
God.
No, I'm gonna
I
need
need another
drink.
fucking, I need like
you.
a
7-Up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a 7-Up.
Let's
Don't
not go
worry.
crazy.
That's all I got now. I got 7-Ups.
Yeah,
I'm
I
on
know.
3. We've done 3
Oof.
already. Like I'm drinking a 6-pack of booze.
Do we need to take a pause and or just do a stop to save recording?
Why don't we stop it to keep it,
Yes.
the same files? Yeah.
Guys, we've
What do
reached
you got?
it. We've reached it after nearly 2 hours. No, 1 hour. 2 hours? Holy shit, 2 hours
Wasn't it
already.
like
Has it
2
been 2
years?
hours?
Almost 2.
It's 2
It's been an hour and a
2
half.
years, 2 hours.
2 years, 2 hours, summed it all up.
The
Ready to
main
go.
event in this corner, we have Timmy Kneebuckles weighing
That's
in
right.
at 112 pounds.
113 pounds. Talking what?
Yep.
And in this corner,
That's
we have
because he just
Yeah.
dumped beer all
Larry
over
of
him.
That's
Arabia with his shellacking stick and his bucket of clay or whatever he has.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
That's Larry of
Hey,
Arabia?
That's Larry.
That's not
Arabia.
Larry of
What?
Arabia.
Hey, he's old. Larry Arabia's old. So yeah, he's a little guy.
This
So-
is changing
so-
his character in my
Oh
head
my
right
God.
now.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, he's gonna go down. I'm gonna get you next.
I'm gonna fuck you, Larry.
We're gonna get you in the
I thought
desert
Larry and
next time.
Timmy had the same voices.
Yeah, I thought
No,
so too.
no.
I think they
Larry's
did.
old.
I will bring
Larry's
you some
old.
audio. I'll bring you some
Yeah,
audio
but-
that says
yeah.
different, TC.
Okay, how you doing? Well, fuck you too.
Is that better?
Yes.
yeah.
I'll meet you on the desert, you son of a bitch. I'll see you there, you bastard.
What?
All right. Top 5,
All right.
bottom 3.
All right.
The last 50
Here we go.
movies. We watched
we go.
100 to 51 on the IMDb top movies of all time. And we're going to go with the same rules. If you match,
Yep.
not including number 1, say it before the other person starts reviewing. And who did we start with last time? John? So TC.
Hey, why don't
It's
you go
your turn
first,
to
Denny?
go first. TC
Denny, go
did
first.
last time. Your turn.
Me.
Your turn.
All right, let's go.
Number 5. Denny's 5.
It's you.
Number 5, Inglourious Bastards, Quentin Tarantino.
I gotta stop you right there because that's my number 4.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Trump, yeah.
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 Hold on, I gotta find my list. Where's my
Oh,
list?
well,
let's
where is
see
it
if
on
TC
TC's
has it.
list?
I gotta see if TC has on his.
Yeah.
I don't know. What the fuck? Why is it-
I think that this might happen.
I don't know how to use
on our-
email anymore. So
I know, you poor
I'm
bastard.
hard.
so old.
It's hard to use
I don't know
email.
what happened. I just read an email. It disappeared. Oh, there we go. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay,
We're good. We're
All
good.
right,
We're good.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I put that as number 4, and it really it is because of that first scene. That first scene is the best, one of the best scenes ever in film. Like that whole first scene of, you know, where they're confronting each other in the house and the refugees are underneath the floorboards. That is like one of the best things ever in film.
Agreed.
And I don't necessarily care as much for the rest of the film nearly as much as I
Shut
did
up,
that first part. Hey, I ranked it higher than you did, asshole.
Yeah,
Don't
but
tell
for a
me
weird
what's
reason.
better. Yeah. But again, I just think, you know, the characters that are in that film and some of the way, so, and then the second scene where they're playing cards, and they have the shootout. That's another one of my favorite scenes as well. So this film has like 2 of some of the best scenes, I think, of any films that I've seen, in terms of like set pieces and the way the actors interact with each other and the way the action occurs. And to me, that's what, when I think of this film, I think that's like, I don't think of this film in total. I just think of these scenes that were just so amazing, as good as anything I've seen. And that makes it still worth it. Like that totally puts it up on the list for me because it's just fantastic. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay. You may go now, Denny.
I mean, I agree that the first scene and the scene with the shootout and the cards are 2 of the 3 best scenes in this movie. The third one being
Yes.
the theater scene at the end with the smoke projector when they get to kill all the Nazis. I don't know how that doesn't rank up there for you.
It's
that
just over the
scene,
top. It's more, I don't know.
Over the top. Yeah, it's over the top.
Yeah.
The entire
I don't
fucking
know.
movie's over the top.
I know, but it's more about the action and stuff, and it's not so quiet. Then I guess what I love about those 2 scenes is how tense and quiet and sort of smoldering they are. Not like literally smoldering, like they're like the later one. It's like, I don't know. I think that's what I really, really love about those two scenes. So
I don't think this movie would have been as good if it didn't have an explosion at the end. If this movie was
it's
quiet and
fair.
smoldering all the way to the
Yeah.
end, it would be very
Yeah.
disappointing. I feel like it's building up. Like there's so much tension with Nazis in this movie
maybe
where
I
you
don't know.
need that release at the end. I do.
Maybe.
It's
Maybe.
just so incredibly satisfying.
I don't know if I agree because I still think it's sort of like I need to watch it again, but I sort of almost had the same kind of feeling that we do at Django, where it's like, man, I watched like the first half and I'm like, this is the best thing ever, and then it's like, it just sort of fades out.
I don't think there are slow parts in this movie. I
Yeah.
don't think the parts that aren't as good as like the super intense first scene are that much worse. Like the
Yeah.
characters are really fully realized. It's weirdly comical. Tarantino does his thing the best in this movie than any of his other movies, where it's like kind
Agree,
of scary, kind of dramatic, kind of
right.
funny all at the
Right,
same
right.
time. And there's nothing else like it. He does it consistently throughout this movie. It is one of the most watched movies, I think, of the past, like since this movie's come out. I watch this like once a year.
for you,
Movies.
yeah, I can see why.
It's like Blade Runner. It's like you turn it on for that first scene.
Right,
Like I
and
know
then
the
you're
first
hooked,
5
right, yeah.
minutes are going to be awesome because I remember that. And the rest of it's just like, oh yeah, gravy. Here we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. TC,
What's your number 5?
5.
The Shining.
The Shining.
Ah.
I'm going to stop you right there, TC.
Oh, yeah, that might happen.
John, are you going to stop anybody?
No stopping.
The Shining, I
You
have
go-
number 2 for me.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Way up there, kid.
So if we're talking about movies that I like to watch frequently,
I like to watch a movie.
I like to watch The Shining.
I like
But
the
every
The
night.
Shining was the only movie during the pandemic that I knew was coming up on the list, and I watched anyway because I knew I was going to watch it again. Because Stanley Kubrick is one of my favorite directors, might be my favorite director, who knows. But this one is the most entertaining by far. It's the most
Yeah.
rewatchable with other people, which is great because like a lot of his movies are kind of, some people don't like them, like they're too much, they're too slow, too art housey, something like that. But everyone likes The Shining. I don't really know why. I think it's because Jack, his character, is so entertaining to watch, like scene to scene.
It helps, yeah.
It's
That-
really just
yeah.
flat out entertaining.
Right, but then you add that to the scenery, the setting, the the
way
camera
it's
work,
shot, the sound
Yeah,
design,
yeah.
Yeah.
the little kids acting, like Wendy's acting. Yeah, Wendy's acting.
No.
yeah.
Could have done without
She
that.
fits. She's on the list, TC.
It works.
It works.
It's part of why it works. I think it's the contrast. She needs to like match Jack's intensity, but from a different emotion.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She just sucks.
No.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It was miserable.
all right.
But I mean, it's on my list, so obviously I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you
You know,
go.
right.
Right. So
And
Yeah.
I mean, so I think The Shining, it might have helped too that like was the last one that we got to dive deep on. Like it was the last Kubrick movie on the list where I felt motivated to dive deep on Kubrick and to learn
Yeah.
a lot about him. And there is a lot of trivia on this movie. He tried really hard to do something with this movie. It's really weird listening to like his motivations in the movie and then watching the movie because he was like going for something in one direction. It confused everyone on set. But then this movie came out and everyone like, oh, yeah, blockbuster, art house, lasts a long time. It's still on fucking Halloween every year.
Every year. Yeah.
I don't think
right.
he even knew what he was doing, but he fucking did it. And it's a classic. It's fucking amazing.
He knew.
Yeah.
DC.
No, I mean, I don't have anything else to say. You can't stand Wendy, but I love the snow. I mean, I love the idea of like being holed up in some place in northern Vermont or one of those places where it's just snow and you can't. I love the. I miss a good snow day, right? Like, I feel like that's what I relate that to is like a snow day where you're like, I don't have to do shit today because I can't even leave the house.
Not putting
You know,
shoes
like
on,
you're-
putting warm
Yeah,
socks on,
I don't
sitting
have
on the
to do
floor
shit.
all day.
I'm gonna put on a onesie with the fucking feet, and I'm gonna sit on the ass in the TV.
TC, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. It's one of my favorite moments in shots of the movie where it's just like, it's Danny playing on the carpet in front of the TV with his trains,
Yeah.
and the shot
Yeah.
just zooms out. It's the entire day. It's like Wednesday or something. It's like Wednesday. Danny on the ground with the toys, zooming out for like maybe 2 minutes, until it
Yeah.
has the entire room. Wendy's in the chair. It's snowing
Yeah.
outside. It's nice and warm and orange. And then
Yep.
it's just like Thursday. And you're like, yes.
Yeah, I know.
This movie's so
I know. Whole
fucking
fucking day. Yeah.
And the cut to Thursday
yeah.
is just like violence, like shink.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's right. It's a horror movie. Scary.
That's right.
Got
We
it.
were like someone's dying soon.
Yeah.
So it just and like there's that blood scene obviously too that just is iconic. Yeah, there's just so much about that movie that even after I see it recently, I'm like, yeah, I could do that again. So, I mean, even the noise too, right? Like I had the 5.1 system brand new for that too, and I had it so loud you were hearing it across the. You must have been hearing it at the fucking beach. I'm a couple blocks back. You know what I mean? Like that shit was out the window and that piercing like. Oh, that's enough to make me shake just now. So
And the low end with the blood just like rumbling your entire house.
yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great stuff. Excellent stuff.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Where
are
number
we
five
at?
then?
You're number
I
five.
think.
There we go.
Yes, my number 5. My number 5 is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Hey, and I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Oh,
All right,
I knew
you
that
stopped
was
me
going to
right
happen
there.
as soon as you said it, John.
Well, I didn't know that might be your number 1. I didn't know. But
yeah.
No, I think
There
I
you
put
go.
it at number 2. Hold on, let me see. It's
Well, yeah,
either
why don't
2
you
or
check?
3.
It's gonna be his
I put
number
it at
one, isn't it?
I put it at number 3.
Okay, number 3. Go. You go.
So yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time. So got my favorite composer in it, John Bryan. It's got my favorite storyline, which is just like life sucks, women suck, people suck. That's my bread and butter. John, go ahead. I'm not going to rehash that whole thing. I already blushed all over it when we did the review.
I know you did, but no, I just love this film. It's just this very, very modern film too. I don't know. It's just the idea of it's horrible, but you would probably do it again. Just that whole idea is just amazing. I think that the way that they convey that in this film and the way they show sort of people like falling in love and getting on each other's nerves and all of that is just so well done. And it just seems, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It feels weird to say it's modern. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it just feels very contemporary and the way that it's done. And
I mean, it's one of those
really-
stories that's just going to never change
Yeah.
because it's the way that people interact no matter what, every single time.
Yeah, maybe it's because it's set in the future. I don't know, but it just feels a bit timeless the way it's done.
And like the
It-
idea
it
that you would
doesn't-
remove yourself from all those shitty things, like I'd
Right.
do that. It's like any other drug, right? You're escaping from
but
the
then
pain.
you'll go back to them.
Yeah.
It just has something
Yeah.
to say about the bittersweetness of life in a way that
Right.
I think it just sort of captured it extremely well. And I think that was
And it had a matching soundtrack because like John
Right.
Bryan was in his prime with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. That's like the tone he was capturing in his
Yeah.
music was the same tone that they were going
Right.
for in the film,
Right.
and it like married perfectly.
yeah.
Can I talk about it too? Because I really like this movie too.
You talk a little bit about
Jump
it.
in
Editing
anytime.
too.
You don't have to
I
raise
like,
your hand.
I like it how they do the little sound thing whenever they're deleting a memory towards the end where
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like sad about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, boom. And it just like
Yeah.
cuts to the next scene.
Yep.
You're like, shit, they just deleted that memory out of his head. God damn, that's
Yep.
sad.
And it was like a reversed piano.
Yeah.
Those sounds,
Yeah,
because
yeah. It's
I've
like-
always
like
tried to
Kansas
try to
City,
like emulate it, and then the only thing I can come close with is a piano.
And Jim
So he's
Carrey,
just
that's got to
so
be
good
his
at,
best
like-
performance too, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
hands
I think
down.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause it
more
was
of an
such
Ace
a
Ventura
normal-
fan myself and Dumb and Dumber,
Well,
you know, but like, hell
Yeah,
yeah,
but he was
Jim
such
Carrey
a
in this
normal
movie.
actor in that, though. It was so nice. It was such a breath of
But
fresh air for him
has
that
a
he wasn't doing all
vulnerability
that
that he
shit.
shows that really works
Yeah.
well. I mean, you're really sympathetic for the guy. He's very, very like sensitive in it. It's really good.
I mean, I still repeat that fucking line. Like, I will literally be out and I will see a woman. It's amazing. And I will say to myself, she'll look at me and then she'll smile, and I will literally say that line, like, why do I fall in love with every single woman that smiles at me?
Yeah.
And it's like I remember Joel Barish in that line
yeah,
every
yeah.
time because it's the same old line that everybody feels like, right? Like when you see someone
the
and then you get like a
butterflies.
little butterfly and you're just like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
that happened. Yeah. Like, and then for Joel, it's like just the death of him
Yeah.
because it happens every time, you know? And it was just like, it's just such a relatable film, I think, for most people. So,
Yeah.
Number 3.
and it's got Mark
Number
Ruffalo.
3.
Got Buffalo. in there.
Buffalo in there.
Little sprinkle
Nobody
of
hates
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Dancing in his underwear.
I know.
His
it's
underwear.
great.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood in that movie is hilarious too. You stole their
Yeah, he
panties? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they start laughing about it.
Yeah. They're
Right.
like, what's the matter with you? Yeah.
I love it how
it's-
Buffalo laughs at it. Like he's
Yeah.
about to scold him as a coworker, but he's just like,
Yeah.
And then he's like, that's funny. Never mind. Yeah.
Right.
What can I say? I'm fucking the other broad,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
So
that's
we're
what
not
he-
very
Yeah.
professional at
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
It's just a great film. Great film.
Nice. So where are we at? So we're back to me for 4?
No, it's back
We're
to
number
you for
4.
number 4. Yeah, back to Demi.
Number 4, Lawrence of Arabia.
I got to stop you right
Oh,
there.
I
Ah! It's funny because I have that somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
knew it. All right, John, where's
Where
it on
else
your
would
list?
you have it? Oh, wait, never mind. Okay. I just so this film is first there's
TC
Peter
just, wait,
O'Toole.
did TC just spoil it just then?
I don't know, maybe he did,
Yeah,
but we'll just
probably.
talk as if it didn't happen. And he bleeped that out.
Which one? Sorry, John.
What? So Lawrence Arabia.
Which number?
I have that for number 3
Number 3. Nice.
because Peter O'Toole. First of all, that performance is like fucking amazing. He's so good as that character. I mean, if everything else was shit, this still would be like in one of my lists because he is just as far as like a singular performance goes, he's just
He is Daniel
insanely-
Day-Lewis as Daniel Plainview in this movie. That's how
Right.
good he is.
Yeah,
It is
well put.
It
Really.
is like
It's
one of the
it's just-
best things I've ever seen.
Maybe I
in
don't
acting.
remember the movie.
Yeah.
Lawrence of Arabia?
Yeah, I don't know if I remember.
Oh my god! They're in the desert. You know.
That's all I remember. That's
So,
why I
right,
didn't
right,
fucking.
there
That's
you
why I
go.
didn't
That's
score
what
very high.
We got the whole Larry of Arabia there. You
It's
know.
not working, TC.
Yeah, spackling. You know.
All I remember was the joke. I don't
Yeah,
even
right, we
remember
got
the movie.
joke, right?
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
okay, fine. So you got Peter O'Toole doing one of the best performances ever, maybe.
Ever. That should be enough for a classic movie. Right?
Right? But then
Wow.
you have the scenery and the settings and the amazing story that's there. But the way that they handle the camera work is fucking amazing. The score is really good. It's grand Hollywood type of score, but it really works with this.
But it's the only one of those that you can say that I'm not annoyed
Right.
by. Usually
I
Grand
know.
Hollywood is
Yeah.
just like, it's
Yeah.
worthless trash now. It's just like,
Yeah.
here's this whole, like Ben-Hur. Sure,
Right,
you
right,
get this
right.
huge set with a bunch of horses, but I don't care about any of the characters and none of this
Yeah.
matters. But in this, it's just like, holy shit, there are armies moving and they have the people on horses
Yeah,
in the desert doing it.
No, and it's amazing, and then all of the themes about the government making use of this guy and how all of that interplays, where he wants to be a leader and liked, and so he's like persuaded into these things. The whole story,
It makes him really sympathetic, right? Because he doesn't like the killing. He doesn't
No.
like his job. He just does
No.
it because he's kind of forced into it and he realizes he's good at it. Right.
Yeah.
There's like a lot
Right.
of stuff
Plus,
going on.
and then like there's just little things like each of the little like characters, like the reporters or the little sub characters there have so much like insight and thoughtful things to say along the way too. That's just really amazing too. I mean, this is another film. As long as it is, like once it's on, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch this now because it is
It's
just
4 hours
so
long,
Fucking
is
good.
it?
I know.
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, it's fucking long, but it's so good. It's just so
good.
amazing. I mean, it really, you know, again, every time we start talking about these films, I was like, oh, I should have put that up higher even. But this is one that like easily could have been my number one because it just
The only reason this
just
wasn't my
really-
number one is because I've only watched it twice so far. This movie
okay.
is so
Yeah.
fucking good. It's kind of
Yeah.
spoilery, I guess, for the other ones in the list, but who cares?
Yeah.
This movie, like, it is the best movie that I've watched from this list that I hadn't seen before.
Oh yeah,
Easily.
yeah. Yeah. If I hadn't seen this,
Right?
I'd
I'm
put it
surprised
there.
I hadn't seen it before. I'd recommend it to anybody. I've tried to, but everyone's like 4 hours and it's old.
Right,
No. And I'm
right.
like,
And it's
no, you
old.
have to, though. It literally hasn't aged yet. It's so good. It's better than like, it feels like Indiana Jones. I actually watched half of it recently just because I was like, where am I going to put this one on the list? I need to see if it is actually as good as I remember
yeah,
it
yeah.
being. And it was.
John Michael Hartley. He's
Maybe
just
I
so
need to
fucking
rewatch
good.
it.
Dude, it's
You
funny,
should rewatch it,
dramatic.
too.
I don't
His
remember
character
it.
is deep. His acting is amazing. The cinematography is fucking top notch. The sound, the
This is gonna
score,
be tough when we switch lists.
the epicness of it.
That's fair.
On top of everything else, also, there are battle scenes where there are thousands of people on horses with swords and then also planes flying over them in like
Yep.
just these huge set pieces. It's insane. There's nothing else like it. There's
Right,
literally
but on
nothing
top
else
of
like
that,
it.
to have that plus the characters that they have, you
Yeah.
know, I mean,
It's
it's
not
just
shallow,
to
it's
have the
just-
whole package, you know.
It's mind blowing how much is
Yeah.
in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
just,
I don't remember this movie at all.
What were you doing that
Because,
week?
I put that on.
TC.
I'm just gonna say it because we're talking about the movie now. I put that on my bottom worst 3.
Oh my
What?
God.
Yeah. So I don't remember the movie at all
you must
because
not
like
remember because you just remember
because
the joke.
honestly, I just remember the joke, and I was thinking
The
to
joke
myself,
was
it's
good.
old.
It was a good joke.
It's old.
was a
The
good joke.
was solid. Yeah, but I just think the movie's old. So like,
Okay.
you know, I really didn't even think about the
TC,
movie
you,
part of it.
you have some homework,
know?
my friend.
Yeah,
you need to
I didn't
go
even
and-
think about like the part of like how many people were in the
I didn't
movie,
think about
like
the
all
movie
this
part of
shit.
it.
I didn't think about it
I
at
was
all.
rating
Yeah.
the movie. I didn't think about
Wait,
the movie
did
part
you
of it.
really
Yeah.
not like the movie though? I think you did. Didn't
He
you?
liked it.
I don't remember.
I think you did.
Yeah, you liked it. You have to go listen to that episode at least, maybe.
No, you did.
Whatever.
Guys, I
You
can't
definitely
remember what
did.
I did last week, let alone the movie I watched 2 years ago.
Oh, God.
All right,
You're
you
such
know,
a-
and
you're-
yeah,
I love it. You're,
just-
you're an awesome critic. TC's
Yeah.
bottom 3. I don't remember this one, but
I
it
thought it was
remember this
bad,
one,
but
so I
apparently
put
it
it
was
on
good.
there.
Let me change my list.
exactly. So I'm
There's
kind
a
of
pretty
thinking
good
maybe I
joke
made
that
a
we made
mistake.
about it. And then,
Yeah, it's
All
a
right,
pretty good
TC,
joke. That's
it
what
was
all I
old
remember.
and long.
We'll allow a second revision.
That's-
You can you
Yo,
can take this
that's
one off your bottom
exactly,
3.
John. That's exactly what happened. I was like, all I remember that movie was it was old and really long. Fuck that movie.
TC,
Yeah.
watch it, man. You should.
You liked
it's
it. I
captivating
remember. I'm
right
thinking
from
about the
yeah,
episode
you did
right
like
now.
it.
You liked it.
I don't doubt it.
You did.
I just don't remember it.
Yeah. That's fine. All right, so take it off your list.
I know
TC.
you're right.
Find,
I just don't remember.
take one of the ones that you had to cut off your bottom 3 and replace
right.
it with the
Yeah,
lowest
right.
overrated.
Yeah,
one.
we
All right,
really
let's
should
do
have
that.
a mulligan there. You
Yeah,
really
2
don't.
mulligans.
Yeah, I got a
Only 2
mulligan.
mulligans so far. It's not so bad.
I
It's
got
not bad.
like all.
No, you're
was
doing
it
better
top
than
5?
last time, I think.
Yeah.
So I got 8 mulligans I'm gonna need now. Yeah, top 5 out of 3. I need 8. I need 8 mulligans.
All right. Where we at? Where are we at now here? So that was that was your number 4, right, Denny?
That was my number 4. That was your number
Right.
3.
Right. So now we're to
So right, TC's 4.
TC's 4. What was your
Best,
number
fourth
4
best.
Best 4. Okay. Oh, I have Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I liked that one because there's just good acting. It's got that fucking Tarantino feel thing
it's
going.
like
It's
him-
just
him-
the whole
him
thing.
Shut up, John.
becoming his
Shut
own
up.
there.
No, you can.
No,
I'm
give
sorry,
him at least
go
10
TC,
seconds.
go TC, you're right,
Give him
I'm
10
sorry.
seconds.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
Go,
I
TC.
thought I liked Roth, Tim Roth. I really like him, and he was good. I mean, when he's like freaking out in the back of the car, fuck man, I'm gonna die, man. Fuck man, and he's just going. One of my
Barry
favorite.
Denny
scenes.
didn't like that.
No,
thought
I
you
didn't like that, no.
part.
I love that scene.
I'm gonna
did too.
die. I know it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
know,
die. I know it.
over and over and over and over again. It's
And
great.
you have
Yeah,
Harvey
it's great.
Keitel being like, "You got shot
Yeah.
in the stomach,
You
man.
got
It's
shot in
gonna
the
hurt you,
stomach,
man.
man.
But it takes
It's
a long
gonna hurt
time
real
to
bad,
die."
man. Just keep talking to me, man. Just keep talking to me, man.
It hurts.
Just keep talking to me, man. It's all gonna be okay, man.
So that's about what I remember from that movie. So
Classic.
yeah, no, it's a good one. I just like that tone, the idea that they're just like shitty fucking con men. I mean, it's something that's been played out on television since that movie probably a million fucking times.
Mhm.
So, it obviously related, people liked that storyline. I don't know. It's good all around good movie, I think.
It's great how that was. So he wrote the script for that, and he had friends in Hollywood. Never made a movie before. Everyone loved the scripts. They tried to replace him as a director in that one, right? But he's like, "No, this is my
Oh.
fucking script. I'm directing it. I don't give a shit what the budget's
Yeah.
going to be. I'm doing it. I already have all these cool actors that are going to be in it."
In it.
That made it.
Yeah.
And it was like a low budget movie. It made a shit ton of money.
But you could see
I mean,
everything.
that- yeah.
You could see everything he was going to do there, like his dialogue and his sense of action and his
Yeah.
sense of music. Putting the song "Little Green Bag" in there, or "Stuck in the Middle" or what. I mean, just an amazing sense of putting a soundtrack to a film too with existing music.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It's not like special for the film.
Right.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Whenever you think of making a pop movie or something, it's like give everyone what they want. Get the most popular things of the general population to give them that. In that movie, it's like I only want cool people to like this movie. So we're
right.
going to
Yeah.
put the best cool
Right.
music I can in this, make everyone look
Yeah.
as cool as fucking possible, and give them really cool dialogue. And that's going to be
Yeah.
the movie.
I feel like that was kind of like how they did the Hunter Thompson movies too. It was just like that tone in the 70s and 80s of those kind of guys,
Yeah.
right? Like that cool hip writer crowd. the ones that are anti the man.
It's like intellectual
like that crowd.
counterculture type of thing.
Yeah,
like
right. Like, because they're the ones that
criminal
rob and steal
Yeah.
and like don't fucking follow rules and like all that shit. And they got the cool grunge music that goes with it, or the cool like the funk music, because that was the anti-man music at the time. It's good stuff.
stuff. Great stuff.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't any cooler though because I watched it. That was the problem. I wanted to be, but didn't happen.
No, John.
Well,
Number
I've
4.
already done. I've done my 4. I've already said my 4 because that was Inglourious Bastards. And so, have we all done our 4? Are we on to 3 now?
So you guys have already done your
Yeah.
3s.
Yeah,
I
did my
have not
3.
done my
Have
3.
you not done your 3?
Oh,
haven't
what's
done my
your 3,
yet.
Denny?
What is your 3?
Bastards. My
what?
number-
Hey,
my-
what? Hey, fuck you too, man.
I'm just writing down. I'm trying to keep track
sorry.
here.
I'm sorry.
I have
It's
an Apple Notepad open with
high
a
strung
little.
here. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, John, take it easy. Huh?
They
Back
call
off
us
a little bit.
bastards. We're not,
I was like, damn, dude, you're
Trying
fucking
to spill it out.
I'm surprised you got this much energy right now. It's fucking
Me
late.
too.
Number 3. Number 3.
Number 3. What you got?
Clockwork
Number
Orange.
Oh,
Ah, yes.
I don't think I didn't want to put that one on because it's so fucked up.
It is so fucked up.
Did you guys not put this on your list?
I will
No.
hold my mouth shut while you say things before I say things. It's hard
This
not to
movie
know with these films.
is probably the most memorable movie on the list. It is scary as hell. It's still scary. I like horror movies, and this movie is almost too scary. But at the same time, it is entertaining. It has one of the best characters in the movie, I think. Alex
Yeah.
DeLarge is just, I don't know. He's like comparable to Peter O'Toole in
Yeah,
Lawrence of Arabia.
I
He's
was gonna
comparable
say
to
that.
like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
But he's not realistic. Like the whole movie is also like a weird, fucked up fantasy sort of thing, and it exists in its own world, which is very strange and unsettling. But it's so consistent throughout the entire movie that it seems cohesive. It's like it transports you to a futuristic fantasy dystopia, and the costumes are insane. The cinematography is some of Kubrick's best. The performances are terrifying and funny and dramatic. The whole movie is like a nightmare. It's like the most nightmarish movie I can think of. And that's a good thing to me.
Yep.
Because
I
I
don't know
like
why.
scary movies. And
Seems
this
weird.
movie is,
It is.
it does seem weird, doesn't it? But hey, TC,
Yeah, it sounds
there's a lot
strange.
of people like me, TC. I'm not the only
style,
one.
the style, everything. The style.
It's a
of the music.
weirdo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is weird, but again, I think you're right saying this idea of it also. On top of everything else, this singular performance by Malcolm McDowell. I mean, it's just
nothing else
fucking
like it.
amazing. Yeah, right. I mean, again, like we were saying, like it's like he's Mick Jagger. He has so much charisma. He's like a rock star.
He wasn't a person before
Right.
this movie, but the first second of this movie,
Yeah.
you're just like, whoa,
Who is
this
this
guy is fucking
Right.
cool. And then you learn what he does, and you're like, I am in conflict with my emotions. Like for the rest of the movie, because you're just like, this
Like,
guy's
I
a
want
piece
to
of
be
shit.
on his team,
but yeah,
but not do those shitty things.
Yeah, and the way he
Right.
delivers,
Right.
he was so young when he did this, and the way he delivers lines is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
like Anthony Burgess's writing was like so good in the first place, and the way Kubrick edited that book down, and the way the lines were delivered is just like it's perfect. Like it was totally lucky or something. I don't know. And the energy of the movie also is just scary energy, right? It's like violent energy.
Yeah, that's the part I don't like.
I
no,
mean,
I get it. I mean, it's why I didn't.
I
Yeah.
agree. I understand why you wouldn't like that
Yeah.
part, but I think it's amazing how they got that on film. Like they didn't
Yep.
they didn't just
Oh,
like
yeah.
film somebody
Yeah.
beating somebody in a 10-second video. They harnessed that kind of energy and they made an entire movie out of it, which is just I don't know. There's like
Unusual.
rarely
Right, like
Other
you might
movies.
get like a horror film or whatever where you're just going for shock, but to get this combination of craftsmanship in this with this
Yeah.
topic, I mean, it's just it's very strange. It's very unsettling.
I don't know if I'd watch it again, to be honest.
I've seen
don't
it a
blame
bunch.
you for not.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah,
I watched this movie at a young age and it made me a movie fan. This movie was, I would say, one of the 5 movies that made sure that I would like, I'd do this. Like I'd credit it for this. I'm making you guys fucking do this. This movie made me
thanks
do
to
this.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
I feel like Denny was also like sitting down with a magnifying glass, just like roasting ants.
No,
too,
I'm a
you know?
nice guy, TC. I might not come off that way, but like,
You know?
I like animals. I like animals a lot. I don't like killing bugs.
roasting
Even.
them.
yeah, it's like
Yeah. Yeah,
He doesn't
there
believe me.
He's sitting there delivering the line to the ant too. He's like,
That's
"Oh, you
right.
look pretty nice today, huh?"
Yeah. Going for a little walkie-talkie,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you're going for a little walk? Yeah, not anymore.
Get a little sunshine.
But you said you
Yeah, right.
considered it TC, which means that you also
Yeah.
think this movie is
It's
mentionable at the very least.
no, it's a good
Right?
movie.
Yeah,
I just don't want to watch it again,
yeah, it's fine.
which doesn't make it a great movie
Is it? I
because
mean,
it's like a type of movie it's so fucked up that you may not watch it
It is
again.
unlike anything else there.
It doesn't
though. I
make
mean,
itself
100%.
want to
it
be
really-
watched again. You know,
I try to watch like T-Tane. I put it in my honorable mentions because that
Yeah.
movie
Never watching
is
that again.
pretty fucked up
Sort
and
of
pretty
going after
unique.
being fucked
But
up,
like,
yeah.
it doesn't even come close
No.
to having the same
Yeah.
kind
no,
of like.
this is way
message.
more psychological.
Yeah.
that movie. Yeah,
Because it's talking
Clockwork
about
Orange is
being
way
a human
more like-
at its
Right.
most like base level.
Yeah.
It's talking about how fucked up humans are, and it
Right.
has a lot of good points, and it does it in like a beautiful
But
fucked up.
even then, not only are you fucked up, but how you try to unfuck up people and how you can fuck
And if that
up.
can
yeah,
work,
that's true.
Right.
but it probably can't, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
People are who they are for the most part, and there's, I mean,
And Denny was out there roasting ants. I mean, I
I
don't know.
wasn't.
Right. You can't help it. That's just who you are, man. It's okay. You know, I mean, you might need to get locked up, but it's just who
Yeah,
you are.
right. You know, they got meds for that. You know,
They do, but mostly
Yes,
all they
they've
do is
gone-
sedate you.
yeah, they've come a long way.
Yeah,
you know?
he's not killing
Yeah.
anybody anymore because he can't get out of bed.
right.
that's right.
Oh, his worst fear is he's going to get a trail of ants that go right across his bed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The ants will
Oh.
come back. Revenge.
I'd be mad at myself if I didn't mention the digital Mozart soundtrack in The Clockwork Orange.
I
The
know.
soundtrack
Yeah.
is incredible.
It
And the
is,
person
yeah.
who did it was like an award-winning person back in the 70s when digital wasn't a huge thing yet. And all that stuff, it fit perfectly in the movie, made it super, like, still sounds super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
There's just a
It-
lot
it's
of
very
parts
weird.
that- yeah.
And it makes
There
me
was
think
just a
Blade
lot of
Runner
things in
almost,
that
like, where
movie.
It's just this weird digital soundscape that's like with the film as well.
Yeah, like with
because I
good
can hear that. I can
synthesis
hear that in my
knowledge
head,
being-
and I can see Malcolm McDowell
first-
staring at you.
Yep,
And he's sitting there. He's sitting there like looking at you.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Yeah,
That is
it-
me, Alex.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that is my droogs, dim and whatever he says. Like in the beginning. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Movie's
It-
awesome.
it's
Also, one of
amazing.
those movies talking about first 1 minute sucks you
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, that's true.
It does.
Right.
Opening like the
It's
Clockwork
pretty
Orange
amazing.
on a bright orange screen, and then it cuts to them in that weird fucking room, and he's staring at the camera with his makeup and his outfit, and there's
Yeah.
that weird music, and it starts to pan out.
And the one
the
eyeliner,
voiceover. Yeah.
goddamn, yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Ah, man, it's fucking with me already.
Number 3. All right, so I already did my number 2, which was The
Yeah.
Shining. So
Yep.
who wants to go number 2 first out of you two?
Oh, we're gonna go number 2 together. That's
yeah,
weird.
that's a little bizarre,
Ah.
man.
Lots of poop jokes.
Been through a
yeah,
lot.
the second one, isn't it? Yeah, I can't help it.
All right, John, number 2.
Number 2.
TC number 2.
Interesting.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. Kubrick.
I was gonna talk. All right.
You taking too
Too
long,
late.
John. Taking
I
too
was
long.
thinking. All right, it's fine.
Go TC.
Full Metal Jacket was the best thing ever because I, fancy myself to be Private Joker, and
Let's hear your John Wayne impression.
John Wayne, is this me?
I was off the cuff. Wasn't great.
I mean, that was
But,
as,
when
as
you
good as
do
his
it.
impression,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
That's true.
yeah.
You're right. You're very
That's true. I was doing it like
very
the Joker.
Joker-like.
Yeah.
I just love that story because it's like normal people that go into a war, right? Because you got to figure that story and it didn't get told much back then. Like it was like these people are going into war, but they're not really dying to be there, right? Like they're going to war because they have to. So their personalities aren't going to be like what we think of a military person now who's like gung ho and fucking going because they want to go. Right? Like the draft, that thing was fucking different back then. So, these guys were going to war and they were still normal people. And I liked the angle that they chose as like the photographer, right? Because it's not something you would think of in a war movie that they're going to like follow the photographer. Usually, like think about Saving Private Ryan. They're following the guys with the guns,
Right.
right? Like that's way more important.
I hadn't thought about this before, but Kubrick was a photographer to start. So that's maybe him giving
it's got
himself a
some
little homage there.
Right. Yeah, I could see that. And I also just like that's one of those movies that definitely has different acts to it. So there's
Right.
like there's
Yeah.
There's two,
different
right?
sections.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
really,
like
it's
half and
two
half,
major
isn't
acts.
it?
Yeah, it's like half and half, but there's major differences.
Yeah.
It's like two different movies almost. But a lot of the dialogue that they spoke about in the first half is comes back in how they act in the second half. It's not about them speaking anymore. So it's like all this stuff, the setup, it comes to fruition on the battlefield. There's just so much good shit there. And like all the struggle they had in the beginning with the way that they, had to go through boot camp, but actually also go through the fact of like dealing with someone that isn't going to go to war because he's nuts, right? Like there's like so many more things you're dealing with besides just getting ready for war. So there's just so many good parts of that story. I've seen that movie so many goddamn times. I remember seeing it as a younger person too and being like, what the fuck? Who made this movie? Right? So yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time. So had to put it number 2.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Another Kubrick. I think he's as far as our list goes, he's the director most in our list. I expect
so.
he's going to have at least one more.
I think our number ones might all be the same.
Spoilers, John?
Yeah.
Spoilers?
No,
I think our number
I'm
ones are all
guessing-
going to be the
I'm guessing
same.
for-
I think they're going to all be the same.
What's your number 2, John?
So my number 2, I feel like I'm going to be a comedy apologist here of some sorts. My number 2 is Monty Python.
Monty
and the Holy Grail.
Python. That's
Hey!
an honorable mention of my thing.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good one. I was
Yes.
gonna be confused if that didn't come up with one.
I knew exactly what you were going to
high
say when
list.
you said comedy.
Yeah,
And I was like,
but
it's got to be Monty
the way
Python.
it's kind of funny. It's like this film is like sort of 2/3 finished. I mean, it's like they ran out of money. But God, when we watch this one, it's like I know every part of this film just about, and so much of it is just gold. It's just so funny. And Graham Chapman is so fucking good as like the king who's like puzzled but polite throughout the whole thing, and apparently drunk, but.
Yeah.
From what we learned, but it's just his character is so fantastic. Like he's another like underappreciated role, I think. I mean, I know there's all this comedy going on, but he's just there being kind of confused and polite throughout the whole thing. It's just, I don't know. I just love it so much. There's so much like social commentary in it. There's so much just ridiculousness. I think like John Cleese is just one of my favorite like outraged actors ever.
He's just so
DC,
funny.
can you
in
hiccup
general.
during John's review here? Can you say,
That's right.
No, coughing.
But I just love seeing, this is another one I can see over and over. I've seen it so many times. I probably have the thing more or less memorized, and I'm still happy to watch it. It's probably one of the films that I think of quoting, like, oh, come see the violence inherent in the system. I'm being repressed or whatever. Oh, it's the king because he doesn't have shit all over him. Or just, I mean, again, just like these little, these things that come to mind about it that I just love this film. This is just such an amazing piece of work. It is sort of like scrappy as it is and sort of like put together and as it is, it's also kind of amazing that it's not this like, and I'm sure they work very hard on their comedy, but it's not like this meticulous work of craftsmanship either. And that's kind of the point too. It's like they don't have horses; they have fucking coconuts that are banging together, and they make that part of the whole film. It's like
It's so dumb, but it's funny.
it is, but it's just oh man, it's just so good. And I just again,
it's relentless with the comedy, and most of
Yeah.
it is really fucking good.
most of it is and
It's so good that like there are little details in what they do that make it funny over like multiple views.
yeah,
Like the
right.
hiccuping thing. I remember that
Right,
being
right.
like I didn't remember that being that funny, but like during the list viewing, I was like, that is one of the best parts of this entire fucking scene.
Right.
And that scene is also very funny where he's just arguing with him whether or not they should leave the room. And it's obvious that they shouldn't leave the room. He's like, okay, I got it. It just turns around, fucking
Right,
leaves.
right.
You're like, what is this?
I know it's really silly. It's like some stupid Saturday Night Live thing, and in some way, it's like a little sketch, right? But I don't know the way this whole film comes together is just I don't know. It's amazing to me. It's sort of strange. It's to me, it's strange. It's like I thought about this one a lot. It's like wow, I was surprised I put this up so high because it's not this meticulous work of craftsmanship in some ways either. Like like I put it higher than Lawrence
It
Arabia.
is.
What the fuck
It
is
is,
wrong
though.
with me?
It is.
I don't, but
The comedy
yeah.
craftsmanship is timeless,
Yeah.
man.
But I mean, that's
That's
a movie that's going to go down.
But I just
Yeah,
think
as
this
a
film has
classic.
given me more joy than just about any film that I know of.
I think
Like,
making people like drama is easier than making people laugh. Making people
Yeah.
laugh, especially over and over again when you've already seen it and over time,
Yeah,
that shit
right.
is impossible. And this movie is still funny to
Right.
fucking
is.
Yeah,
everyone. So like
Yeah.
they focused on that and good on them.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter that like the camera,
right,
like
good point.
the resolution isn't great.
right,
The sets
right.
aren't great, but it kind of all aids.
No, it's like
it
totally
aids to it.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it looked better, it might be worse, I think. Right?
Yeah,
If it was
I
all,
agree.
like, super crystal
if somebody was
clear.
trying to take it seriously, I mean, again, you'd lose the sort of feel. It's kind of like it's like a sloppy rock and roll band or something, right? You know, it's like it's just the energy and the feeling is there. It's not like somebody like sat there
Which
and
replacements
workshopped it.
album is it, John?
Right.
Which
Yeah,
replacements
fuck yeah.
album?
It's Sorry Ma Forgot to Take Out
That's
the Trash.
right.
is
It's
what
the
it
first
is.
one.
It's like, yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
sloppy classic.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
They got
That's
a
what it is.
little more mature later on. It wasn't as good. You know?
Yeah, no, it's a little too polished.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's awesome. I just love this film. Yeah.
So just to let you know too, I went through this with Naomi, this list, and I asked her to like make her list.
Oh.
And this was
Interesting.
this was her number 2. Also.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Way to go, Naomi.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right, who
All
else has
right.
a number 2?
right.
Nobody.
Everybody's called out their
Is
number
it time
twos?
for the number one? Number one.
I'm really interested to see.
Number
I think I
one.
know.
I
Wait a
think
minute.
we all have the same number 1.
No, we
We
don't.
do. We
No,
do.
we
We do.
don't.
We
No,
don't.
we don't.
We have
I'm
to.
sure we don't.
We have to.
No,
Do we not?
no. I have a
Come
thought,
on,
it's
John,
like-
you're
did you fuck
telling
this up?
me.
Did you fuck this up, John?
I
You're
didn't
telling
fuck
me
this
you
up.
didn't put that movie?
I
What'd
put
you
the
put?
movie
I
that
remember
was-
thinking in the first 50 that
There's
we
no
were all
way
going to
you
put
didn't put
Jaws at number 1, and you guys didn't even
No.
think about
Right,
Jaws.
right.
So
No,
I don't even know
know.
if we've moved past that yet.
Imagine if the three of us all put different movies right now. I can't imagine that's true.
So,
Yeah.
Denny, there is a movie I thought that you would have put by now, and since you haven't, I think it might be your
It's
number
definitely
one.
And
number
that's not what
one.
your number 1 is?
It's
That's what
number one.
TC's is too, apparently.
Oh,
No,
100%.
There's
Come on,
a
we
Kubrick
both know.
film that you didn't put that I think is going to be your number 1.
Yes.
Right?
I'll go.
So,
I'll go first.
You
Here we go.
first,
Ready?
Right? 2010.
2001.
2001, A Space Odyssey.
Space
Yeah, you got the
Odyssey.
number wrong. This is for fun.
2030.
2020. That's not
Space
the right year.
Odyssey.
2010.
2022. Space
It's got Roy
Odyssey.
Schneider in it. It's the sequel to one of the best movies, but
That's
this
right.
movie
Yeah.
somehow
They were gonna put a
is
shark in
better
it.
Yeah.
than the first one. Directed by somebody else I don't even know, but fucking Roy Schneider
Right.
carries
Yeah.
the film.
Come on,
Yes,
Roy
good
Schneider's
for
the
him.
best. He's best in comedy.
2001.
He is
John,
good.
it's not even. That's fine. That's fine, John. I respect you less.
John,
now.
what'd
That's
you
all I
put
gotta
for
say.
number
it's
one?
all right. I know you expect
Come
like,
on.
No,
You
let's
didn't
talk
put
about
Odyssey?
2001 for no.
You didn't put Odyssey.
You did? Did you, TC?
Oh, you know I did.
2001
You did?
Space Odyssey.
How could you not?
2001
It's one of the
Space
best movies
Odyssey.
ever.
I will explain shortly, but first let's talk about this
All
one.
right, well, who's your... I want to know who the number one
No,
is.
you
then.
don't get it.
Oh,
Go
right.
ahead,
wait,
Steady.
let's
Go
go.
ahead,
Let's go
Denny.
first.
ahead.
Can we go
I mean-
first?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, look,
yeah.
yeah, go, Denny. You go for
Me go
Go,
first?
go, go, go.
Or TC.
All right.
No.
Superficially, this is the best looking movie I've ever seen. I think the cinematography and the set design and the coloring and the way it's shot and all that stuff, especially because it was made in 1960, still holds up. Movies get close to it. Some of Denis Villeneuve's movies come close to it, but
I think that's why you love Denny's. I mean, the
I do.
parallels there
Yeah.
are like in terms of like meticulous.
Same with Akira.
visual and the
Very
audio.
similar.
you know,
Yeah.
it's my favorite style.
Yeah.
It just seems heavier. The way like the slow camera movements makes things seem heavier and just adds like weight to everything. The best part of this movie is that it makes me think about the origin of existence. There's almost no other movie that makes me think about that. Maybe like, what was that one that was like a Bergman movie about death and stuff? That one kind of made me think about
The
it.
Seventh Seal.
Seventh Seal.
Yeah.
This one gives you an idea, a science fiction idea about how apes became smart. Like we still don't know that. We have all this crazy ass technology. We have no idea what the fuck happened in the history of this planet, which is something nobody really ever thinks about. I don't like to think about it because it's kind of scary, but when you do think about it, it is kind of, it's fun to think about what could have happened. You know,
Mhm.
we are so clueless that religion exists and Scientology exists, right? You can't disprove that shit. We are fucking clueless. And this movie is like, all right, aliens came down, put a monolith on the earth, made monkeys smart, buried a monolith on the moon, sent us to Jupiter, put a fucking monolith in orbit, and that transforms you to a new form of existence?
Mhm.
Sure.
I mean, when you sum it up
Sure.
that way, it's,
If you believe in fucking
Yeah.
religion, yeah.
Meanwhile,
I will believe in this
along the
fucking
way,
movie.
You know, you have this amazing set pieces with in space, and you have this Hal character, the artificial life we create. Hal, right? You know, so it has this like sort of parallel there too in terms of like the humans
yeah, which we just
creating the
call
robot.
Alexa now.
Yeah, Alexa. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Plus, also like being in
Uh-oh.
space, all those special effects are really good too.
Mhm.
None of
Yeah.
it is aged, I don't think.
Not a bit. I mean, there's no remastering or whatever of it, and unlike Blade Runner, which benefited from it, but yeah, when we watched 2001 again, it was just immaculate. It just looks amazing.
I mean, it really was, and it's still
That's without
on these nice
touch-ups,
big
right?
screens too. It still looks good.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. I mean, you'd think that even digitized, it's still
That's
great.
astonishing. That's like, yeah.
And especially after watching Doctor Strangelove and how shitty that movie looked, he went straight to this movie. That is
He
mind-blowing.
was resting up. Maybe he was resting up. He was just kind of conservative.
I don't know, man. This movie looks
so.
so good. The special effects look so
it
good.
does. Yeah, it's great.
And like the drama is cool. The science fiction is like, it's really slow. So I could kind of see, I don't know. John's going to say it's slow, I guess. Whatever.
Oh
The
no,
movie-
it's slow. I like that it's slow. I like that. That's what it is. It's a very relaxed thing. It's like also that's part of it. Things move slow in space.
Yeah.
It takes you a while to get where you're going. You're not, even if you're like trying to cross the room or whatever in your wait list, you're not going to just sit there and jog right over there. It's going to be slow. And I think that's like, it puts you in that mindset that this is, things are moving slowly here. And that all, I think, it puts you in this idea of large swaths of time because you're thinking about existence. You're thinking about this long period of evolution or whatever, or transformation. So it just puts you in this mindset of long, slow processes. And it just sort of gets you, it makes you receptive to these ideas, I think.
Plus,
So-
also, the slowness of the movie makes it feel more realistic, like you're actually there
Yeah,
with them
right.
in
Well,
everything
there's
that they're
that.
doing.
Right. And then it matches the realism of everything else, the visuals and the audio and everything else, which is so realistic too. So it's not like, it's a very slow paced movie, but it works extremely well for it. I mean, some people are probably bored by it. I mean, but
That's understandable.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
Who are these fucking people?
If you're
A lot of my
fuck
friends.
'em up.
why don't
I'll
you go
fuck
see a
'em
perk
up.
me up action film?
They don't like
it's
it.
not going to work. That's all.
Anyway,
Yeah.
to go over.
Honorable
TC, what do
mention
you
by
got, dude?
He's my favorite movie. It's one of the best movies of all time. I can watch it over and over and over again. I don't care how long it takes.
Wait, but it's your number one too, huh? Nice.
Yeah, that's my number one.
What's your
I don't
favorite?
see how you
What
could-
are your favorite parts
anything else.
about it?
Honestly, even just them walking, that one scene of him walking in the ship is one of my favorite things I've ever seen.
Amazing. Yeah.
In a movie.
Which is him
I've
like
never
punching
seen
in the air, like just jogging,
just
and it cuts to him
running
like
around and like it's
you're
moving,
behind
and I'm
him,
like,
and then it
this
cuts,
is-
and then you're in front of him. And you're like, oh god, this.
I
is
remember
so
thinking
good.
when I first saw that, like, oh, is that how spaceships work? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know. I don't fucking know. Think I know?
And they
Whatever
show
I
you
get
like
is from
the ship
comic books and
outside
movies.
rotating, like the giant cylinders. You're like, oh,
It
I
all
guess
makes
he's in one of
sense.
those cylinders.
It checked out. It totally checked out
Yeah.
for me. Yeah. And just I really like that creepy robot thing.
Yep.
Especially
Yeah,
think I
yeah.
too for like we grew up in the computer age. Like we're the first ones that even used one, and like they do have a mind of their own. Usually it's because some assholes on the other end being a dick and hacking people these days, right? But like back then, like that could have been. It was totally a plausibility that like you program these things and all of a sudden, who knows? We don't know. Like at that point, everyone was like, it couldn't happen, right? It couldn't happen. And everyone's like, I don't know. Could
We're
it happen?
still there, are we?
Yeah. I mean, right. But like, it's just something about that, the idea of like the computers taking over. That's always, kind of freaked me out.
Mhm.
And so it's such a great.
And he does it
little-
with such cold, calculating determination.
The character
Right.
is so iconic.
Yeah.
Like the way it's
He's the
voiced,
best villain in a fucking movie.
Right. The
and it's
view
not,
of the
and it
camera,
doesn't even
and-
do anything.
And
Yeah.
that you have some sympathy at the end when
All he needs to do is
dies.
switch off life
Yeah.
support.
Right.
That's all he
Right.
needs to
Yeah.
do.
Right.
Easy. Just shut it off.
Yeah.
But
No
then,
effort.
Then
Yeah.
at the end, when you have sympathy for Hal, saying Hal's scared,
Yep. Yep.
that's
I'm
fucking
scared.
amazing. That at the end,
That
is,
line
is amazing.
Is like just. whew.
yeah, it is.
Would
I
you
wasn't.
stop?
It's one of those things that you
Stop.
don't expect coming.
Yeah,
It doesn't,
yeah.
it doesn't come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave,
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid,
Dave.
right? That was
Dave.
like amazing.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
still was trying to get him.
It was.
But
It was
but
trying.
also-
It was
It also
getting
was
itself out of a
generally-
corner.
It was afraid, which was
It was.
again, and so
Like
you
the fucking
start
thing's got
to-
feelings.
Well, yeah. So
He
that
removed
was
all the
amazing.
oxygen from the spaceship so he couldn't survive, but he has a spacesuit on so it can't stop him at that point, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I think I'm good.
fucking awesome.
I shot him into space. There's no oxygen in here. I'm fine. Oh shit, he's in my brain with a spacesuit unscrewing my existence.
My
Fuck.
existence. Yep.
And then it ends in the coolest trippy freaking scene in movie history. It's a 2.5 hour long. Is it 3 hours long? It's a very long movie.
Yeah.
It's very
Long
slow.
movie.
And then the last portion of it is just
It
insane.
is insane
It's
little laser
insane.
light show for your ass.
Yeah. And then he's in an old ass room and walks around that for 5 minutes, and then he's floating above the earth in a bubble and his baby, and then the credits roll. What the fuck?
And
That's
nothing
some
makes
weird
sense.
shit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some weird shit. But yep, favorite movie. Oh yeah.
I think it's my favorite
Good
movie
stuff.
ever. TC. I don't know. You said that.
I mean,
think.
I don't know. We'll see as we got another 50 to go. There's a lot of good movies on this list. I was just
But
looking through it now.
It's a good one.
God damn it, John! If you put Das Boot as your favorite movie,
did,
I'm gonna
didn't he?
fucking throw.
He
I'm gonna
did,
throw
didn't he?
the fucking computer.
Why would you
He
do that?
did Das
This is fucking good. It is the fucking best ensemble movie ever.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It is the best ensemble movie ever. It is a
what a great
fucking
fucking
amazing film.
How good was
Das
that?
Boot was my
Yeah,
number
yeah.
6, John.
That was
I'll
a
give you
great
that.
call.
right.
But that was a great
it's fine.
call.
Yeah.
You
Tell
should
me
do
that's
that.
not a
It
good
that was
call.
a very good call.
It was a
Very
good call.
good.
How could you? I mean, I was surprised you guys. That
It was,
movie-
it's number 6, dude. How do you put it?
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
put it
Dude,
below Inglourious Bastards,
I
but it was a hard fucking
fucking
call.
scrolled by it, John, on the list, and I was like, that motherfucker chose Das Boot. I know he
that
did.
movie-
I know he did.
I mean, because I'm not seeing another movie like this where they have a group of people interacting so realistically, a large group of people. The way that they do that in this film is unlike anything I've ever seen. Even there's nothing that comes close to this.
Agreed. Even with Lawrence of Arabia's like epicness and like even Lord of the
Right.
Rings and Star Wars or any of that
Right,
shit,
right.
it's not the same.
It's not the same as a bunch of people together acting.
Yeah.
A bunch of people in a situation. This is that to me. That was like
With
unlike
like no
anything I've
CG
ever-
to fix it.
Right,
Just
right,
people in a room.
right.
Yeah.
To give you the
Getting
sense
sprayed
that
with water.
Right,
all the time.
The setting, the way they did the setting, and the way that they have you in, give you the sense of being in the ship with these people and how these people are interacting is fucking second to none. I mean, I have not seen anything like this, and to me, that just made this film like the most riveting of anything that we've seen. And then reading the book too, this is also like when I Book Corner. This is what started me in Book Corner because I started to read the book and really liked it. I think that's when I really started to be like, well, okay, I want to find more reading stuff related to whatever film we're watching because I like that book so much because the book is really
Because you
good.
can't fall asleep when you're reading and still know what's going on.
That's
too.
right. But I just don't think of anything else where you have such a large number of people interacting as part of a film and going through a situation and being in such a confined space. I mean, it just was so brilliantly.
It doesn't seem like a movie, right? It seems like
No,
you're
right.
actually in the submarine
Right,
with these
right.
people.
And I
it's
just
not like
don't-
this is this person's Oscar
Right.
scene. This is this person's Oscar scene. It's like,
Exactly.
no, everyone
know.
is fucking living in this boat. And
Yeah.
they're all just interacting as
again,
necessary.
Like you said, you got Lawrence of Arabia and Peter O'Toole is fucking good, and the other people are there and they're interacting with him, and that's good too. But that's just not quite what this is at all. And it's just this group of men in the boat, and you get this sense of what it's like to be part of a crew. And that's kind of the whole point too. I mean, but man, to get that kind of realism amongst a group of people in a confined setting, I don't know if that's ever going to be done again. I just don't.
May not.
that Brad Pitt movie
See.
Fury certainly didn't do it with
Yeah.
Shia
Brad Pitt
LaBeouf.
didn't
Too,
work.
like, they
Nope.
don't shoot.
Yeah.
They don't shoot like that anymore because
Well,
it's so
right.
expensive to do
Well,
that
then
stuff.
you see, like, these guys were like outside of Hollywood. They were like doing these crazy things with like all these models and stuff and nearly killing themselves along the way.
That's one of my my favorite pieces of trivia is like the submarines was a dude laying down flat in a tiny little boat with a remote control in the
Yeah.
ocean. Fuck that. That is
Yeah.
dangerous.
I mean, this film created more tension in me than anything I've seen. I in terms of like,
there we
the
go.
tense moments.
There
that
we
they
go.
have.
Tension.
I
More
think
than
that-
Uncut Gems, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah,
Full circle.
I think so. Well, because
True.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, it had the most impact. I think just because it
There
is
was
so
release
realistic.
in this movie, though. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At times, yeah.
In
that
Uncut
was the
Gems, there
thing.
is
That
no
was the point.
release.
Right. Yeah. That's.
I'm just
true.
trying to make me right. Nothing is more tense than Uncut Gems.
Is like, is like a.
like, where's he going with this?
I am
Who gives a
right.
shit about
You're
Uncut
I was
Gems?
right 2
I don't give
hours
a shit
ago.
about- I
Yes.
don't give a shit about Uncut Gems anymore.
Uncut Gems doesn't let up. It doesn't fucking let
Remember,
up.
John was like,
because-
Neither does
there's
Denny.
another tense
Neither
movie.
does Denny.
There's one more
Yes.
tense.
Yeah.
No, there
Yeah,
wasn't,
you're
John.
right.
No, there wasn't.
no.
Such an
He was
asshole.
right, John. Say it.
Exactly.
But this is like Uncut Gems. The tension is like a psychological, emotional. This person's character
See,
is
he's
the tension.
he's saying words, but he's not proving his point. The point is settled. We're good.
Yeah.
I love that. You're saying words, but your words mean nothing
Hey,
to me.
You know, I hear these words. I don't know how he's talking
That's right.
about.
Yeah.
But this was I think it's like kind of also too like with you and Lawrence Arabia. This is the out of all the films that we've seen, this is the one I hadn't seen before that knocked me out. Out of all the films
Like
that
you
I
fell
had-
asleep, or like you
no,
like
no,
couldn't
like
believe
I was
it? You were
like very
overcome.
impressed. I was overcome and very impressed.
This was the
Yeah.
second because it was my number 6, John. Also,
Yeah.
my second one that knocked
Yeah.
me out. Yeah,
Right,
this movie
like I
was.
already seen Lawrence of Arabia,
And
so yeah.
spoilers.
Larry.
I spent 12 hours one day reverse
Oh my
engineering
God.
the podcast episode for Laura. Go back to the
right.
Das Boot episode
So
and
I'm
listen to the
glad
first.
we should
man.
give Denny credit for this. Finally,
Denny needs to have a round
Did
of
we ever talk
applause
about
for the
this on the
editing.
podcast before?
Best editing.
Yes, yeah, we've not said this.
We've not said this. All right. So for the
Yeah, no, so-
for the
so
Das
tell the
Boot
story.
episode, it was a 2-parter. It was a great episode. A lot of trivia. John read the book. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. See the movie. Listen to the episode. The first part of that episode, I lost my audio, and I'm the one with the backup audio. So like most of the time when we lose audio, I use the Skype recorded track on my computer, but I lost the audio, so there was nothing. And what I did is I don't think I had a choice. Like on Friday, I was like, well, I have time this weekend. I have either we scrap this episode or we try to record it again, or I listen to what John and TC had recorded and try to record my audio again against them. So I would
recreate.
listen. I listened to the entire thing backwards. So like I had to listen to John and TC's reaction, remember what
What
I
the
said,
fuck?
and then I recorded it and then edited it so I fit
And
into that.
you wouldn't know.
You'd
sounds
never
so-
know.
It sounds so.
You'd
good.
never
It's
know.
so-
It took me
it's so
12
fucking
hours
amazing.
to do it.
I know it's amazing.
And that's
man.
not even that bad, really.
No,
After
it was
losing
an hour-long
audio, I mean,
hour-long
geez.
episode. It was like, so I do it in little intervals, like, and luckily, like, I kind of remember what I said most of the time because, like, you guys would, the way our conversations go, it's like you'd respond to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I said something about this, and then I said that again.
Holy
But I
shit,
had to
yeah.
Yeah,
act
hey,
it.
what's
I
the dumb
fucking-
thing I said in that sentence? Oh, okay, I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, oh really? They're just listening to me still.
Oh, wow,
Man,
that was
I'm a
really
fucking
stupid.
idiot.
Oh, I know what I said. Yeah, right.
I think I said something about, man, those actors look wet, and you're like, yeah, they
they're
did
wet.
look
They're
wet.
all wet.
Yeah.
they're really wet.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
Danny, they
water.
look wet. Yeah,
Man,
they look wet, Danny.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of dudes in that tube. Yeah, there's a lot of
There's a
dudes in
lot
that
of
tube.
dudes in that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man! Yeah, well, good
Yeah.
job, sir.
Good job, Denny. You
it
got
is
best
amazing.
editor
Amazing-
award.
Amazing
It was
bit of
the
editing work.
most effort I've put into this podcast by far.
yeah.
yeah.
Oof.
On the Das Boot
Yeah.
episode.
That's good stuff, though. It's it's a
Yeah.
learning experience. All part of the journey.
That's
Yes.
right.
Should you take another recording pause? Probably. here?
Yeah, I just did that.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Oh, you did?
I need to go take a
real
break
quick, I wanted to do
Yeah.
one honorable mention. I've already mentioned
Oh,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
two.
Is anybody else want
I did Das Boot and Monty Python were 2 of them. And
Yep.
the other one that I wanted to mention was Princess Mononoke. That movie is
Yeah.
awesome. If you like animated movies, Princess Mononoke is one of the best Ghibli movies. We still have one further in the list, but I think Princess Mononoke is my personal favorite one. Super hard fantasy, very like
No,
the
it's good.
violence is good.
Yeah.
The fantasy stuff is super original. I think it's almost as good as the Lord of the Rings movies, maybe better, but it's animated.
I mean,
so-
you're not gonna. You can any movie's better
Any
than
of them.
those.
I mean, I
haven't
also,
seen them yet,
it was-
TC?
This is
I'm not
prior-
gonna like him no matter what.
you might.
Yeah, this is prior
Yeah, I
to
might.
Ghibli.
I might.
but,
I might.
Yeah, I
Like
had
sushi.
Grave of the Fireflies as one of my honorable mentions too.
Dude, that
one
was a great
close.
fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a great one. I mean, I really do like all the Ghiblis. I have to
They're
say,
so good.
With that
I'm
exception, we've all
pleasantly
we've all really enjoyed them.
surprised
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I don't think
TC
I've
hasn't
seen one
You haven't
that
seen Spirited
like-
Away, which is
Yeah, we're
by all
well,
accounts
we're
everyone's
about
favorite
to get
one.
there. Yeah,
which is like, when you read about that one online, holy fuck, does that have a following?
Lower your
Yeah.
expectations a little bit, just so you don't.
Okay.
probably, but it's still Ghibli, so it's still
Yeah,
it's going to be
it's
good.
So
really
still
good,
Ghibli, right?
But like,
Yeah, I
just
think
lower
no
your
matter what,
expectations.
like I do have a Ghibli baseline now.
Yeah.
Where like no matter what happens, I'm still gonna like it somewhat
Yeah.
because like it just I've gained a respect for the Ghiblis for sure,
yeah.
and that's
For the
not that's
Ghiblis.
saying something for me.
For all the Ghiblis.
All
That
the
is-
Ghiblis, dude.
Turned you on to animation.
Yep,
That's true.
but not the room. Or
Nomad.
Nomad.
Any other honorable mentions that you guys had? I had-
Those are my 3.
Let me see.
I had
Go
Old
back to
Boy.
the list. Go back to this.
That was a good one.
There's another one that was really striking with its presentation and stuff. I think it's just sort of hard to. The situational stuff that happens there is just so disgusting that it's like, I don't know, it makes it hard to really celebrate the action scenes in there are just astonishingly good. Like the hallway scene, some of the way the action plays out in that film is really amazing.
I liked, Braveheart. Come on.
Come on, no.
Come on, it's Braveheart.
We'll get
I
to
like the
that
scene
in a
where he
minute.
jumps
I
out
use
of
that-
the hole in the wall.
I
and the
use that
horse.
meme. I use that meme all the time because when you're in crypto and you just suck, you just like hold and you just do the meme with him
Oh
holding.
my
Hold.
God.
To the moon.
Yeah, Taxi Driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was
shit,
good.
Yeah, I know,
liked
right?
that one. I kind of forgot that one was even on the list. Although I don't think I would have put
fuck.
it in anything.
How can we not? Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. I don't really have too many other honorable mentions, to be honest. I mean, Old Boy was fucked.
It was. Oh, To Kill a Mockingbird was another one I put on there too. That was one that I was pretty struck
Old
by. that I
Boy
hadn't
was
seen
just
before.
tough. Remember that
Yeah,
one?
I know.
Jesus
It was
Christ.
tough. It was
I love
tough.
it. Hammer to the teeth.
It was a
Oh,
good
God,
one.
Yeah, right? Oof.
But
I tried to
I
forget
really
about
liked.
it.
Just looking at this now, Paths of Glory. I think
Jumbo.
before we had our episode, I would have put on my list, but I think you guys talked me off of it because as this is a good thing for the podcast because the first time you watch something when you're younger, it's kind of it affects you a certain way, but if it doesn't hold up over time, it's not as good. You know, the first time I watched that movie, it was very affecting, but watching it this time and then talking to you guys, kind of like, oh well,
But
not as
we
much.
liked Paths. We still liked it. I mean, it was still pretty impressive film.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Perhaps.
you guys will be shocked, but I don't really remember it.
Kubrick.
Kubrick, three guys going to die.
Yeah.
Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas with his shirt off, bunch of trenches.
Not ringing a bell.
He's nodding his head. He remembers it, folks.
Mm-mm. Not ringing
right.
a bell at all.
All right.
Quick break,
All right.
Quick break.
Sure
break.
and then bonus.
And then bottom
No,
three and then
bottom
some
Oh,
bonus
bottom
stuff.
three. Oh God,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the bonus. Sweet.
And the bonus.
All right, part 4. If this is how this goes, we have 2 parts left in this. We have the bottom 3 of the list movies,
Right.
which is very exciting. And I think after that, we're going to do bonus categories, special categories, special bonus categories,
Special. Handcrafted by Denny.
handcrafted. It was harder to make good categories this time because there are less terrible movies at this point in the
Right.
list.
I
are
tried
there?
to take a shot at it and I gave up and decided, well, I need to do a little list analysis instead so I
Yeah.
can contribute something. So
I remember like the bonus categories being somewhat negative and fun, but like these ones are kind of all positive, so it'll be
Yeah,
more like
right.
just heartwarming.
I mean,
and fuzzy.
it should get harder and harder every time, huh?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's only one more time. Jeez, this is
One
went
more
by fast.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
We'll figure it
We
out.
got more projects in the pipeline.
That's right.
Don't worry. Little
So-
hint.
For now,
For now. What?
bottom 3.
Bottom
Worst movies
3.
of the past.
Worst of the top 50.
The
Worst movies of all
or
time.
the top 50 to 100.
to the 50 to 100 time.
Yep.
And
Yep.
all right, so I think John.
Yes.
So I got to switch out
For
my
TC?
bottom 3. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
You got to
figure out
remove
some other
Lawrence.
ones.
So John,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
first.
yeah.
TC, you take a minute.
I got
and
this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
So John,
be hard.
what is the third worst movie we watched in the past 50 of the last 50 movies we watched? the
So
most?
okay, the first 2 were easy. The third one was sort of like a toss up, but I went with Toy Story 3 because that was the
Oh,
one.
yeah,
that
you
annoyed
Oh,
me
you
the
that
waited
most.
one.
just a second there, John.
Oh wow! Oh, really? Have I been scooped?
Oh, he's been scooped.
I was surprised. What have you got there, Denny?
It's my number 3 as well. You can go first.
Yeah.
Asshole.
I just wanted to let you know that it was also on my list. Fuck Toy Story 3.
This just seems so pleased with itself. And don't you love these characters? And aren't we good? And isn't this great? And isn't it wonderful that we're doing this? And we're just going to rip off a bunch of other plot lines from other movies and just going to kind of go through the motions here. But aren't we still
I'm
great
nodding.
and sweet and sentimental all the
Nodding.
time? I mean, that just sort of gets
I'm nodding.
annoying.
And I'm Pixar, and I want you to cry exactly now, and
Right now,
also
cry.
exactly now. You better
Right.
fucking cry. If you don't
Right.
cry, then you don't love your mother.
No.
Do you not love your mother?
Nah.
Cry
Don't
in
you
the
love
theater.
the children playing? Don't you love that? And that cute that they're playing? Cry right now. Yeah, you're right. Good
And
point. I
aging
like
is
that.
sad because you have to give up youth. Isn't that sad?
Yeah. Isn't that sad?
Going
It's
to college
sad, huh?
and leaving your parents is also sad, isn't
also
it?
sad. Cry, right? We're good, aren't we? Aren't we good? Cry. You're crying because we're good. Yeah, good way to put that. That's the way it feels. It just sort of seems. I don't know. I mean,
The weird thing
it
about
was-
this, can I
yeah.
jump in here?
Go,
We're
go.
tied here. I don't know anybody that likes the Toy Story franchise. I think Disney is manipulating people's like public perception on the Toy Story franchise
Maybe.
to make everyone think that everyone else likes it. But I don't fucking know anybody that cares
That's a
about any
good
of the Toy
point.
Story characters.
I mean, I don't, you know,
That's
I mean,
interesting. TC, do you?
the first
I think
one
you might be
because it
onto
was-
something, Denny.
you
yeah,
really
Right,
dude,
like
they're
a
like,
conspiracy.
everyone's
sounds
like, I
like-
think everyone likes it, so I watch it.
That's a drunk
It's like a
conspiracy
tinfoil
theory,
hat
but
kind
it,
of thing.
I think you're dead on.
I'm not
Yeah.
drunk. I'm just buzzed.
Hell yeah.
Damn it.
It doesn't matter. This is the shit that like people talk about when they're drinking. It's not what they talk about
Right.
it.
I
during
thought
the
about
work
this a
day.
I like
bunch,
this
man. I
conspiracy. I like
thought
the
about
Toy
this
Story
sober a
conspiracy.
bunch.
Well, the reason why I said that is that I think you're onto something here,
Yeah.
Denny. Honestly, I don't know anybody.
Nobody knows
That
anybody.
likes that.
Yeah,
But it was
nobody
the first
knows
like,
anybody.
CG movie, and so it had cred just because it was the first to kind of do that as a
Motherfuckers.
full feature.
They
right?
might be propaganda. It's just all propaganda. It's
We've
like, oh no,
all been
everybody
led.
loves it,
Wake
dude.
up,
Yeah, dude, you
sheeple.
didn't know that? Wow. Where's Alex
I love
Jones
it.
when you need him?
I love it. It's like
You know?
I love this. This is great. This is a great idea. You're
Yeah.
right. Nobody likes it.
Nobody
Nobody
does.
likes it.
They're
Oh,
unlikable
damn it,
characters.
nobody
Everybody
likes that
tolerates it.
movie. Right,
They're
exactly.
like, oh, it's a new one. I guess we'll go see it.
I
like,
think you're
maybe
right,
this
Denny. I
one will
think
be
there's a
good?
conspiracy.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
you're right.
I don't know.
I think you're right.
The thing is, if it is a conspiracy, it's the best propaganda machine ever because
Well-
these movies make like
well,
$1 billion
They
each.
do, right?
True,
Right. But the
'cause they're
kids
making their money.
like them,
Is
but
that
I don't-
illegal?
even our kids don't really care for it. I
If
don't
they got
know.
caught for it, they'd be fined $1 million. And they'd fucking
Maybe, and they'd be like,
They'd
oh,
be fined nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd
Sorry.
be fined nothing. Yeah.
$1
promise to
million
not do it
to be
again. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here's Toy Story 6 in space.
In space. And it meets up with Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toy
so-
Story 2001. We can rip off whatever we want because we're Disney, and good luck
That's
suing
right.
us, you fucks.
Right. We'll start off with the monolith, and it'll be like a vanilla wafer. It'll be
Yeah,
like one of
and the
those
little Martians will go and be
wafer
like,
cookies.
oh, you're like,
That's
God
right.
damn it, Toy
works."
Story.
See, you got it. You can do that.
I'll give you a writer. Hey, call me. I'll take millions of dollars to shut my
That's
mouth
right.
and just
You
fucking
got it.
write the screenplay. I'll be fine.
You might get a call now because you
You actually
I'm worried
might.
about you. You might get silenced
Yeah.
because you've identified the conspiracy here.
Fuck Toy Story 3. TC,
Yeah.
what do
Yeah,
you
fuck
what do
it.
you got
For my bottom.
for your bottom? The
Bottom,
third
third
worst.
bottom.
Is he just making it up right now? What's going
I
on?
guess so. He's looking. He's thoughtful.
No, I'm trying to see if I should switch my 3 and 2.
Okay.
Okay.
But no, I'm gonna go Once Upon a Time in America. I didn't like that movie.
Why?
I thought that movie was dumb because it got to a point like that first half was fucking idiotic, and then it got to a second half and it was a totally different movie. And honestly, like I didn't even pick up on the story. Right? Remember that? I think I remember that from the podcast. Like I didn't even know what the story was about. Had no clue it was about a real story. So I looked it up later. So it just didn't land for me.
I have only vague memories of that one. I don't remember really enjoying it.
Or am I thinking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
No, this was the kid
Oh, okay.
mobster movie with kids.
You said
But
for
it is
Once Upon a
important.
Time in
In America.
America,
which is
you
never-
said
which is
that
the
you
wrong
thought it was a
one.
masterpiece. That's what you
That's the
said.
wrong one. Because I'm thinking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's why. How about that?
You got John.
So I got the wrong movie.
All right, so
So you know what
TC.
movie I don't like? You know what movie I don't like?
Yes.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's not on the list, though.
Yeah.
That
You know
was
what
one of our-
movie,
that was one of
I
our
didn't-
optionals.
Yeah,
We
you know
said
what
that
I
was
didn't.
an optional one. All
You know
right,
what I
wanna
didn't
pick-
understand
you need
was
1
that
minute.
Once Upon a Time in America was not Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You had that one and Lawrence of Arabia. Do you need like a minute to?
No, I
reconfigure
had
the
like
list?
Citizen Kane. I'm gonna go Citizen Kane. We'll go 3.
Three
Yeah, that's
Citizen
fair.
Kane.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Nice.
It's like overrated.
I'll move it down to 3.
Talk about Citizen Kane for a while if you like. If you know what that one
no.
was.
I think Citizen
He's
Kane.
pissed.
No. Citizen Kane.
No.
Like I just remember the only thing I always talk about with Citizen Kane is that I was like one of the only ones in film class that like went against it. You know, and because like I still remember it vividly that like I just didn't like it in class, and I think at that point too, that was when I got the Buscemi thing. I think that's when he said, "Shut up, Buscemi," because I was talking shit about Citizen Kane to my teacher Tim, and he
He's just
wasn't
not
having
allowed
it.
in film class, dude.
Yeah,
It's not
because
allowed.
he just wasn't. Because you know how I
Yeah.
am. It's the same. I haven't changed clearly. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, I was doing that shit all the way back in school too, and they fucking didn't like it then. They still don't like it now. But my point got across. I didn't like that fucking movie. Citizen Kane was boring as shit.
It's
I
boring.
thought
It's all
it
about
was
sled.
boring. It was a boring fucking movie about some stupid fucking sled. And I remember them slowing shit down in class, like stopping, talking, playing, stopping, and I was like, "What the?" I was just had enough, right?
Yeah.
Like because I was, these were like 3.5 hour classes too. So like, you had to like sit there all.
So like you
fucking
watched
day.
an
You'd
entire
have, like,
movie and then you talked about it for an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, it was brutal, and
Jesus.
I fucking hated the movie, and it was because he was trying to tell us about writing, which I can kind of see, but it's where they all start in film school. So what I know about Citizen Kane is I can't fucking stand it, and it's etched in my fucking brain because I had an argument with my teacher in class about the fucking movie that I still don't like. So that's number 3 for me.
Fair.
So was
And,
did you
by
just
the way,
bump that up
also,
from number
I-
1?
No, it was number 2, and
Okay.
it was
So now it's number 3.
because number 3 had to get removed.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So that became my number 3. Now I got to figure out what number 2 is.
Gotcha.
Okay. You got
But you
some
know what
time.
it's not going to be? It's not going to be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because that's not on the list.
Very good.
Very true.
Oh,
We got
shit,
it figured out.
I had no clue. I had no clue, but that's all right.
Arguably, at least it's another. Well, there's been many of these, but as far as the way the 3 of us have seen it, it's yet another one of the most overrated films.
John, is this on your list?
What? No.
Okay, let's move on.
Citizen
John, what's
Kane
your
is
number
not
3?
us. Well,
Yeah,
we
let's
just
move
did
on.
it number 3. We're at number 2.
What was your number 3?
Toy Story 3. Where have you been?
He's
I
drunk.
didn't write it
Buzzed. You're
down.
not buzzed. You're
I'm
drunk.
He's hammered. And the worst part is it's rubbing off on me and I'm not even drinking.
That's right.
That's the worst part.
It's a
You
contact
know what I mean? I'm
drunk.
like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, why can't I formulate what the fuck? I
Okay.
can't even talk.
I
Because
will
Denny's
do my
drunk.
number 2, and
Yeah.
I suspect
Denny's
it's
drunk.
going to be
I'm
repeated.
telling you.
I love being drunk. What are you talking
So,
about?
well,
That make me feel bad for
Denny's
it.
drunk and it's
I'm
making me
drinking to
drunk,
get drunk.
even though I'm not drinking.
You can
It's
go
all right.
fuck yourself.
Don't pinch upon my freedom.
Exactly.
That's the Irish.
All right.
Now we got the
My-
Irish and the booze.
My number 2
And
is
the
Cinema Paradiso.
John,
My
you
number
hold
two.
thank
on
God.
1 second right there.
That's
Yes.
going to be Denny's number 1 hated
That's my
movie.
number 2.
It's number 2. All right,
Yeah.
again.
Again?
No.
We're
Ah,
tied.
you guys are on the same
I
track.
don't
You
think
guys
there
are
was
on the
another
same track.
film that I cared less about. I did not care. I remember remarking on this. I did not give a shit at all. I did, and it was like so. I did not.
Well,
care at
since I
all
don't
about
have it
this film.
too, I'm going to join in on 2.
Join
and
in
say,
on
yeah,
2.
There
yeah,
we
yeah,
go.
We all
Nobody
did
likes
not
Cinema
like this film.
Paradiso.
No,
No.
Tisa, you
Nobody.
did like
No.
this one, though.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
fuck.
did.
I thought it was funny, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
This whole list is fucked for me because I didn't pay attention
It's all right. It's all right.
at all.
Yeah, this film was just. I just did not care.
TC, I remember
and
this
just
episode that
complete
me and
waste of
John
time.
were just like, this movie sucked. And TC's like, I kind of liked it, guys. I kind of
Yeah,
liked
but
it.
guess what? I don't have a number 2, so I'm just joining in on the
Okay.
fun.
Join in on the parade.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
okay.
just
Just
joining
fill
in on the
gaps
fun.
here. That's fine.
Yeah.
No worries. But yeah, this film was just so. I just did not care at all about it.
You didn't
And-
like the
and
masturbating in the movie?
I
theater?
just did not give a shit about anything that was
I thought that
going
was
on,
funny.
and how this film is so loved is just really puzzling. But I just thought that there was just such a strange disconnect here where I watched this film and I just did not care at all, not a bit. And it was really, I was really
You didn't
annoyed by how
care?
much I didn't care.
Did he want
So,
to do
yeah.
film?
Yeah, it was
No.
just so
No, I did not.
dumb.
I did not
I
care.
don't know. It just yeah. So
What about later on when he's, comes back into town? You don't like
Yeah.
that?
no meets
He
the
leaves
asshole
for a second,
director.
comes back. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
burns
he's
down
a
the
big
theater.
guy. Yeah.
Whee! I didn't care. So, well, I don't know. Denny, you want to?
I mean, the movie
Any
was
wants to
boring as
riff?
shit. It was aimless. It had no point. And
Oh, he's
whatever
got notes.
points it was trying to make. Now I'm just talking. This movie sucks. And, I was mad at the movie because everyone says that it's really good. Ebert's review is like,
Yeah.
everyone I know liked this movie. And I'm like, no, dude, you can't
No.
just say that. This
Ebert
movie
said,
fucking
if you
sucks.
don't like this movie, you're a despicable human
yeah,
being.
then you don't like movies.
That's what he
I'm like,
said?
Fuck
No,
you.
Oh,
he
Jesus
didn't, but
Christ.
he just-
I
he
was
just
about to
had
be
this
like,
feeling.
damn.
He's like, no,
Right?
this movie's so fun and like everyone likes it. Like, no, dude, this movie is boring. It has bad morals. It stereotypes Italian people in a bad way. There's a lot of bad stuff about this movie. I didn't give a shit about the characters. It is irresponsible in its message, I think. would
Yeah.
be my
Wow.
biggest,
Wow. This is fucking serious. I love it.
Yeah,
You get him,
irresponsible.
Denny. You get him,
Dude,
Denny.
I remember like
You
what
get
is-
him.
the old theater guy is just like, don't talk to your family. If you look into the past, you're wasting your life. So don't talk
That's
to
right.
anybody that you ever know ever
Right.
again.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's right.
I
when
mean,
you're, I think it's
wasn't-
right.
Yeah. I wasn't paying.
Just kidding.
I gave so
Says
little
TC
shit
who
and
watches
was not
movies with his
caring.
mom.
I'm just
Yeah.
arguing. I'm just arguing at this point for fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and cry. Don't worry. He burnt down the theater. Oh my god. He burned down.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Well,
Does
what's
TC
number
get to
one?
go first? Number one? Number
Yeah.
one. Worst
Oh, I
movie
don't-
we've
I
watched in the past 50 movies. TC doesn't know. John, what do you got?
I don't have anything because I fucked up.
So mine is Braveheart.
Braveheart.
I fucking
Nice.
hate Braveheart.
You're so mad at the history.
Well, the history, but also its presentation about how it starts off like, well, some people will say that we're liars, but history is just written by the victors, you know? So they're like starting off the whole fucking movie by saying,
I never thought about
people
that.
might say this isn't right, but, you know, they don't know what they're talking about because they won or whatever. Fuck that. I mean, they're just like setting it all up as like, oh, yeah, people will say that this isn't true, but, you know, that's just people saying it. Fuck you. Everything is set
Wow.
up. It's like, oh, it's Christians versus pagans when it was not. Just about every factual bit in this movie was fucking wrong and all fucking set up to sort of like do this.
I
Like,
love it.
Aggrandizement of this sort of white male fantasy of like fighting for freedom and your women and all of this shit. It's just bullshit. And, you know, throw in a little homophobia and whatnot. I mean, it just really sort of like
For
adds
laughs.
up to this kind of.
By the
yeah,
way, it
for-
was like 1994, wasn't
yeah,
it?
I know.
I
But,
mean,
but-
fuck, that movie's old.
but it just sort of epitomizes the sort of like almost propaganda sort of thing about like these ideas of fighting for freedom and fighting for justice or whatever when it's really just all about like sort of racism and homophobia and all this shit that's just awful and just like sort of a lack
You
of
might
like
be reading a little
understanding
bit
the
too
actual
far into
history.
it. The movie's like was never meant to like,
know.
you know.
So the
Speak.
other part of it is no, these people are
It's
just
about-
stupid. But
They're just dumb idiots fighting. That's the movie.
It won Best Picture and Director. It is now ingrained in culture now. It is that
but
popular,
there's no
which is fucked
reason.
up.
There's no reason if you're just wanting dumb action to have to set it up as
which is a valid concern because
Right,
I mean
right.
when it is the power you wield when you develop in something that goes. I get that they probably never intended for it to like.
If they just
speak
wanted
like
action,
that,
there's no reason to set this up as, oh, this is the pagans versus the Christians.
but no, it's about dumb assholes fighting, which is what America likes.
Yeah, historically, this is the fucking king of England. He was a Christian. No, he was no fucking pagan.
Hey, John,
He's
if it
the
makes you
king of
feel any
England.
better, if it makes
Yeah.
you feel any better, I never even looked into who it was.
I know you didn't.
I think
So that's most people. In no way, shape, or form have I ever looked at that movie as being anything but fake.
if it started off saying like this movie may or may not be true, we tried our best. Good luck.
I just assume it's bullshit because it's Mel Gibson, though.
Yeah, I know.
Just like everybody else.
If they would have started up like that, like this, with the following aroused Mel Gibson extremely, so this is what we're going to do. That's
A little bit
fine.
ridiculous.
You know, that's different. But the tone of it to have this sort of like tone of historical accuracy, and do
I
these
didn't.
other
I
more
didn't get
subtle
that tone
things.
though. Is what I'm
Oh,
saying. So I don't.
Okay,
People do though. People think it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people
It's
don't.
just-
right?
I think
no,
most
no.
people-
You can easily look up articles about all the factual inaccuracies, but I feel like the general public who watched it with that sort of tone, it's like, oh, well, people will tell you. And again, you know, the guy who was actually named Braveheart was actually not the person in the film. I mean, it just the historical.
I didn't
stuff
even
is-
know they
is so
existed.
far away. Yeah. Anyway. It just pisses me off. I mean, again, it's a pet peeve in some ways, but I also feel like this film subtly does things on purpose to just sort of say, yeah, it's Christians versus pagans, and the homosexuals are bad, and it just sort of adds this shit that just sort of like lets you go along for the ride that I think is nasty. I think it's nasty shit.
I didn't know. I didn't get any of that. From
I
the
know
movie.
some people just watch it and it's just like a fun action movie, and that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's supposed to be just like stupid fighting.
But I also feel like it has these other tones to it that really I think is annoying.
Well, that's the problem with Hollywood, though, right? Is
Yeah.
that they have leeway to just do whatever they want. So in reality,
yeah.
I mean, you should, it's like that's
But
everything.
again, you know, and you can see there's action sequences that are good in the film. There's characters in the film that are fun. The Irish guy is fun. I mean, there's parts of it that people like. But as far as the film that annoyed me the most, definitely it was this one.
Yeah, I'd say so. That might be the most energy we've seen John expel in.
This
I love
late
it.
evening for sure.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ.
That angry energy carried you through all the rest of this podcast.
That's right. I
Nice.
was just
Yeah,
waiting
I know.
to shit on Braveheart.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
What do
right.
you got? Who else
TC,
has
do you
no
have
more
anything or no?
Singing in the Rain.
What?
What?
I don't even remember that one either.
No,
Oh, okay,
no,
that's
no,
count.
no, no. We
All
don't
right,
like
TC,
that
you took
one.
your number
I
one and
didn't-
you
I
moved
didn't
it
really
back.
partake
And I'm
in
going to
this
say
list, yeah.
your number
Yeah.
one is my number one, which is Citizen Kane. That
All
movie
right, all right.
is the most overrated
Yeah,
movie
that's what-
we've watched so far, I think. The one thing I'll say is I felt kind of bad putting this at number one because there's a lot of craft in this movie. Like the visual
Right.
trickery they have is good. There's a lot of technical stuff that is good in this movie. And that still kind of holds up. But at the same time, I think the movie is so fucking boring that it
Yep.
doesn't even matter what's going on with the
Preach.
special effects.
Yep.
It's so
It's a
so
really boring
boring.
story. There are
Yep.
moments like where Orson Welles, you get to see Orson Welles as part of the newspaper stuff where there's like a little bit of charisma there. It's such a contrast to the rest of the film. And
I
then,
can't stand it.
And then there's also just complete like silliness where he's tearing apart the room.
It's not supposed to be silly. It's supposed to be good acting. That scene is fucking terrible.
No, I know. And people say it's good.
It is so bad, dude.
It is bad. I agree.
It's like, what's his name? Who does Johnny Depp play? The bad B movie director.
Like,
His movies.
What is
Wood.
that? Wood. Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. It's like an Ed Wood movie. That's how bad that fucking scene
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a low blow.
is. Dude,
but I
he's
agree.
walking around like fucking Frankenstein, smashing
Right,
shit
it's
off the
terrible.
fucking
I'm
thing.
out of
It's
control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's terrible.
It's really bad. And I had to watch that movie in like I took a film class in college and they're just like, this is good. I'm like,
See, they show it to
no,
everybody.
it's not, man. Like they're trying to brainwash people into thinking this movie's good, which is fucked up. Why would
Yeah,
they
they're
do
just
that?
perpetuating
think
that bullshit
think
Hollywood garbage.
Again, you know, the action scenes or the dramatic scenes, say in Clockwork Orange or in Lawrence of Arabia, where you've got like fantastic actors just kicking ass. That's good. That's easy. There's no question about it. And then you just got like Orson Welles Frankensteining around the room, knocking shells over as if he's out of
And
control.
he's mad
it's like-
because his wife left him. Of course she fucking left him. This is not a surprise. He's a fucking terrible husband. Where's the drama in this
right.
movie? This movie sucks. It's about a
know.
fucking rich asshole. I don't even know what it's about. What is it about? It's about
I don't know.
it's about a
Some
fucking
guy-
sled.
yeah,
It's about a fucking
rich
sled.
mobile.
It's about
he
a
had rough
sled.
childhood. His sled meant a lot to him. That's all.
There's
Back
a
in
couple
1938,
fades.
there was a bunch of
right.
radio shows where we owned
Yeah.
newspapers, television stations,
Bulletin.
haystack mail salesman.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes, sir.
The acting was bad. The movie was boring. Everything
There's
about
Story
it was
there's
bad.
sucks.
craftsmanship there that was
There's film,
new. That was new.
technical
That
stuff
pushed
that's
some edges.
cool.
Yeah.
And
Orson
that's
Welles
about all.
was a fucking amazing guy who did amazing things and had a spectacular career. And all of that is something.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the fact that we've spent this long talking about it is too much effort for that movie.
That's right.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
We had to already do an
What
hour
else?
and two
What do
on
you
it.
got?
Bonus categories.
Oh, what do
Yeah.
we got? Bonus category.
All right. So I put these in order. I don't know if this order is going to be good or not, but let's do it anyway. Special
All right, let's do
categories.
it live.
All right.
We got, and you have to give me leeway on this first one, especially. Best
Oh, already like
Best-
put the bar low.
robot. We got 5 nominees. Some of these are androids.
I'm sorry, but there's already a clear winner. Well, it depends.
Wall-E?
If you
Five.
call it
5 androids.
All right. What,
So we
what do
got-
you, what do you got?
We
We got Wally.
and 3 of these are from the movie Alien. We have, I'll do the Alien ones first.
Oh,
We have Mother.
God, here we go.
Mother.
Mother.
We have
Yeah.
Ash from Alien, and then we have Bishop from Aliens.
Right. Okay. Right.
And then we have Wally, of course.
right.
And then we have Hal.
You see, it's fucking Hal.
It's Hal.
It has
Oh,
to
it's
be
Hal. That's
It's
it.
gotta
Oh,
be
TC
Hal,
doesn't have his
right?
headphones on.
I don't know.
I know.
What
I
does
got my
TC do?
headphones
Oh, he
on.
does.
I'm hearing
It's
you.
Hal,
I'm just
right,
not paying
TC?
attention.
So
It's Hal.
maybe you should say like best robot.
I said
that's not
Wally.
Hal.
Best
Oh,
robot.
okay.
Oh, you think Wally's better than Hal?
I love Wally.
So do I, but Hal's
I
better
do love
robot.
Wally, but Wally is no Hal. I mean, maybe Wally takes second, maybe, but yeah.
Nah, Hal's
I mean,
got to win that one.
Hal's always got to win in any kind of category. Best AI,
I mean, it's
best
the best
computer, best
Creepiest computer that's ever
Yeah,
existed.
and
Yeah.
he doesn't move, and it's just the camera. There's no personification
all
of
up
Hal
here,
other
baby.
than the voice.
And he recorded his voice in a day.
Like single takes, right? Wasn't it or some of this?
I don't know if it was single takes, but like the guy sat down
One
in a
day.
chair within a day, and everything Hal is recorded within a
it's-
day.
He's in that day. That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
all right, this one
Right,
might be a little
okay.
bit
What do
harder.
you-
This one might be a
okay.
lot
Okay.
bit harder.
All right. All right.
Really?
What do we got?
A lot bit harder.
Best villain smile. We got Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained. We got Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Bastards. We got Malcolm McDowell in Clockwork Orange. We got
Oof.
shit, I can't remember his name. Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket.
All
We
right.
got Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver. We got
Damn.
Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs. And we got
Ooh.
Jack Torrance in The Shining.
Ooh.
Want me to,
Okay.
let me send you this list
Dude,
right here.
that's tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's
How do I?
tough.
That's
But I-
tough.
I-
Put
I'm
that
gonna
in the
chat.
chat.
I'm gonna
Put
chat.
that in
I
the
got
chat.
my winner already, though, probably.
No, you can't have it already. Look at that
Oh,
list,
no,
John.
no.
Look at that
Yeah.
list.
Look
That's
at
a
you. Good boy,
fucking
you.
list,
That's a good
dude.
list.
That's a good list.
You did a good list there, boy.
That's a
good
great
list
boy.
there,
Thanks.
Denny.
Thanks. Can I do this? This is John
Yeah, you
doing
do
this
that,
right
boy.
here.
Good,
I'm doing
good
a
job,
pat in
Denny.
the back.
Scratch yourself behind the
Yeah.
ears.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
it's all short. All the hair is
There's that
short.
foot
That's
going.
nice.
But it's got to be Malcolm McDowell. Come
Uh,
on, right?
I
Nobody
don't
smirks
know,
like that,
man.
dude. What? Who would you? I mean,
Jack Torrance.
it is an amazing smirk. You're right. I don't know. I will.
I mean,
Give me that,
Private
Wendy.
Pile. I'd pick Private Pile because I
'cause
have
you're all
always
Full
loved
Metal
that.
Jacket, right?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
the
Full
scene where
Metal
he's in the
Jacket guy.
bathroom about to kill himself and he's staring at like the general guy.
Yeah, no, that's
And his
ruined by
chin
the
is out.
Kubrick. You have to see their lower teeth thing.
I
don't know.
disagree.
I never liked that. I never
Disagree.
liked that. I never liked that crazy look where you have to see
The
their
Travis
bottom
Bickle
teeth.
scene where he's like going to the
I like
rally and he stands next to the Secret Service
I like
agent
it.
and he's trying to be friendly and stuff. And he's giving like a real hearty, good man smile, but he has like a mohawk on and the guy's like, what the fuck is going on? with this guy?
Yeah, that's also scary. But no, it's got to be Malcolm McDowell.
Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Bastards lying to people through his smile.
No.
First
I
scene,
know,
best
it
scene
is
ever,
good.
John, to you.
I know. But I also just think of that opening scene in Clockwork Orange, and what you have is his smirk and nothing else. He does not talk. I mean, there's
Wait,
narration.
he does talk.
right?
He talks the entire
There's
time.
narration, but you don't see him move. All you see, I think that's what makes it hard to find something better because
I think
you-
I like.
you just
yeah.
see that smirk. And
I
that
think you're
music,
making a good
it's
point
hard.
there, John.
It's hard.
I think Private Piles is a good because we build up as the audience, assuming that's what's going to happen, but not sure because we hope that he's going to do his best and he's going to turn it around. And then we
Mhm.
get to that point and we're like, oh, the poor bastard just couldn't do it.
yeah.
And there's more to it because there's been all build up. There's been like we've been pulled to this moment where like that's the opening scene.
Yeah.
So like I don't have anything
And it
invested
is good.
yet.
No, that's good too. And Waltz is good too. Waltz is another like amazing character where, and part of it is his facial expressions that do it. I would still go with.
And then Jack
Malcolm.
Nicholson's eyebrows with his giant
I
smiley
know,
face.
I know.
I mean, he looks like
He's
a
insane.
fucking like
his here's Jackie smile.
what a-
while he's doing
what
that
a-
too. But yeah,
The image
The
of Mr.
eyes rolled
Blonde
into the
holding
head.
the removed
Oh, man.
ear, whispering into it with a smile on his face.
yeah. No, I know. No, it's also all amazing. I still go with Malcolm though.
I think
And
I
amazing-
think I
and the
agree
reason
with
why
John on this
I
one.
see that one scene where the very first thing you see is him smirking.
that's
Yeah.
a good
That's
point.
his first scene, and that's why it's so like powerful because like that's the first thing you see.
Hmm.
Um,
That's a good reason. It's a good reason.
But they're all good. You're right. This was a harder category than I thought it would be. Did good.
Really hard
You did good,
category.
Dan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You did good, boy.
Ah,
Good boy. You want a cookie? You want a cookie?
All right, this one's a little more straightforward. This
Okay.
is best foreign film we've watched in the last 50.
Ah, shit.
Pop the list up. Here we go. The Lives of Others, Cinema Paradiso. That's not going to make the list. Grave
Yeah,
of
it
Fireflies,
No, it is
Princess Mononoke, Old Boy, Das Boot. That's going to be on John's list.
Yes, B.
Amelie, Bicycle Thieves.
Well, let's say like I already have that number one, so let's just like for me take that out and like try to find the other one.
No, you
for
can't
me,
do that.
right? Well, I'd go Das Boot then because that's why I put it number one.
Old
So I
boy.
didn't know that, so fuck you.
Old boy.
Man, I forget. The Lives of Others was great. I really liked that one.
Going Old Boy.
Old Boy was good.
I'm going
Go,
Mononoke all
boy.
day. Ghibli all
okay,
day.
old boy.
Yeah, I mean, I would go Boot. I'm a Boot
Boot.
guy.
Das Boot.
I know Boot. Give me the Boot.
Give me the boot. So John's going Das Boot.
Yeah,
He's
I'd go
going
Das Boot.
I'm going old boy.
Oh Boy. And I'm going Mononoke. It's okay to disagree. It's fine.
It is. It's all right. I mean, you guys are fucking wrong, but it's
I mean,
okay.
right.
It's okay.
There's
to be
one way to
fucking
do
wrong.
things,
It's
and
okay
you're
to be
doing it the
fucking
other way.
stupid. Can't help it. Some
Yeah.
people are smart. Some people are stupid,
Yeah.
and you are stupid.
Yeah, you know, it's what it is.
That's right. It's okay.
Do you even know the factual basis of the English war from some fucking time no one existed? No, I don't.
We got two more categories.
All right. What do you got?
This one's also straightforward. Pre-1960s film that holds up the best.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good pick.
So we
Good pick.
have Rashomon, The Kid, Singing in the Rain, Bicycle Thieves, Double Indemnity, M, Witness for the Prosecution, Vertigo, North by Northwest, Citizen Kane, Paths of Glory, The Great Dictator, and Sunset Boulevard.
So I've got two that stick out as good as holding up well. So I would say Singing in the Rain and Paths of Glory.
I think Paths of Glory stands out for me.
You think that,
On that
one? I
one.
mean, I thought Singing in the Rain was still really good as a comedy.
It was, yeah.
I mean, I was still really impressed by that.
They're just jumping around dancing. Like, that's still pretty good.
I
know,
don't remember
but,
any of these.
the scenes of directing and stuff was pretty goddamn funny.
I don't think I watched these. I think
You
I tuned
did.
them out.
We all
as soon as
watched
they
them.
started.
You
No,
were
I
there.
meant like I don't really watch them because
Yeah.
I look at the names and I'm like I don't remember. I don't remember that one. The Kid, don't remember the Kid.
Is it
Rashomon,
Charlie
have
Chaplin?
no clue.
Rashomon was like one of the oldest ones. That was like 2.5 years
It was
ago. we watched that
Kurosawa,
movie.
right? Wasn't it Kurosawa?
Yeah.
Like that's like the
Double-
story
yeah.
from different perspective
Yeah.
ones.
They were sitting in like a rainy little
yeah, I don't
shack.
know.
Yeah.
It's I.
Which one
Couldn't
was
tell you
M?
guys.
M was the super old one by Fritz Lang, who did Metropolis, who had like the serial killer who like killed children.
Oh,
and they
we
caught him.
we kind of like
at
that
the
one.
end, it was totally worth it because the guy's
Yeah.
acting, Peter Lorre,
The
like,
guy's acting
killed
was
it
fucking
at the
amazing. He
end.
was creepy.
Yeah.
I forget. Yeah, actually, yeah, he was great.
But you guys didn't like the rest of it. I think I liked
Yeah.
that movie more than you guys. But
Yeah.
Paths of Glory,
Um,
totally. For
I
me.
feel like Witness for the Prosecution didn't hold up well, but it was good. I don't remember.
Yeah, we like that one.
yeah,
I like that
you
one
and
more.
you and John liked that one.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was a courtroom drama. You fucking love those
Courtroom
things.
drama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that,
I don't know. I'd still say Singing in the Rain holds up really well. So
Yeah,
I would go
I
for that
agree.
or Paths of
I
Glory.
remember Singing in the Rain at all.
It's
Oh
funny.
well, my brain doesn't work. That's why I got to write everything down. If it doesn't write it down, it's gone.
Now take more notes, TC.
Yeah, I got to take all
Take
sorts
a
of
note
notes.
to take more notes.
That's the truth.
Last one, guys. Are you ready for
I need a
this?
note for a note.
Yeah.
Worst family Christmas movie choice. We have A Clockwork Orange, Alien, The Shining,
Oh,
Grave
God.
of Fireflies, Old Boy, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Requiem for a
Requiem
Dream.
for a
Shit,
Dream.
yeah,
Requiem
yeah.
for a Dream.
So for a while, I this
Requiem
was
for
like,
a
oh,
Dream.
yeah, nothing beats Clockwork Orange, but oh fuck, you're right.
Requiem for a Dream.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Worst movie you can ever watch.
No, an
With other
amazing,
people or even
amazing
yourself. Why would
film.
you do that to yourself?
I don't.
Right,
It's
right.
the film that I really. When I talk about it, I'm like, it's a film you have to see, and it's a film you don't want to see, and it's a film that you'll never watch again.
I'm surprised it wasn't on your
Very,
list, TC, just because of
very-
how.
I
I mean,
know,
that movie
I
is.
know.
I agree with that movie is fucking crazy how affecting it is, but I don't
Yeah.
want to even talk about
It's
it.
just something you don't
Yeah.
want to watch
Yeah.
or have to watch.
No, no,
and the
that's
worst part
that's a great job.
is they captured the world of the addict so well that it's scary to watch. You know,
Yeah.
especially if someone like me who's got issues. And watching that movie is like it brings back all the bad things you've ever done or think about it. And you know, the drugs will make you do that. And that movie is just, even if you're not a drug addict, you see what they do. And you're like, this is fucking terrible. So yeah, it's a movie you got to see. It's a movie you don't want to see. It's a movie you'll never watch again.
Yeah, well said. You're right. I was thinking it was going to be Clockwork Orange for the win until you said that. Until I saw the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot it.
I would like to say that I ordered it in that
purposefully-
way for
Yes.
On
a
purpose,
reason, but I
Right,
did.
right.
I did.
For effect,
no.
for effect.
Purposely, just like even going down that list, I just didn't even see that title. I did not consider
then you
it
get
in my
to it,
list because
and
I
you're
did
like,
not. I
no.
blanked it out.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like you've literally, it makes you so fucked up, you have to block it out.
It's
It was funny because I
yeah.
had a recent conversation with my roommate about this, and then he and his girlfriend watched it later, and then they
Oh,
were like,
shit.
"Oh my god!" I was like, "I told you." We
Should've
were all in
listened
the
to
car,
me.
and they was like, "Did you watch that?" And they were like, "No, we haven't seen it yet." I was like, "Oh god, good luck." So yeah, that was a good list, Danny. I mean, yeah, good
guys,
job, easy.
we reached the end here. Jeez.
all right.
How many is it now? Yeah, say that fact again.
What? Which one?
Episodes? How many
How many
episodes?
episodes of this?
282, I think.
Whoa!
Does that count all our like different separate part episodes?
Yes.
Okay.
Total audio
282
files.
Total
episodes.
audio. Like basically, it's like that many hours.
It
more or
also
less.
counts the 3-minute long ones that like say, "Hey, we're taking a
Oh,
break
yeah,
or
that's
whatever."
true.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I think
insane.
we could just think about an average of an hour per
Still
episode.
though, 98% of our episodes are an hour long at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. Great.
Wow!
That's a lot of work.
Wow!
A lot of work. It's a lot of
That's
fucking
insane.
content, guys.
What?
Just pumping shit out into the void. Yeah.
It's all we're getting paid so well.
yeah. Just out there in space, drifting along.
Hey, anyone want this? Anyone? No takers? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no one wants
We'll
this.
see you next week.
Hey, India, nice to see you.
Hey,
yeah,
Amir Khan,
Hey,
Doesn't matter.
That is it. How did we end this? God, that was fun.
Here's to another 50.
Here's to
at
another
least.
50. Hopefully
Here's
this
to
next
another
one
50, probably
comes
another
quicker
100.
and has
Yeah.
less shit in between.
Well, you know what's
the
pretty
episodes.
crazy? What's crazy is the fact that like we're getting to a point with movies too now where like we're gonna hit a part where like there are no more movies to watch that that like people haven't seen. Right? Like that's the craziest part. I didn't really think about
There's
it
not an
until
infinite
recently.
well
that,
of good
like,
movies.
Right.
There's a
There's
very
like,
finite well.
Like we've actually tapped now this like now we're only gonna watch new ones because we've
Right,
basically seen
we'll move to the
the ones
contemporaries.
that right. It's crazy. I mean,
That's
this
fine.
is
There's so much shit.
it's
so
cool.
much content
It's
that's
cool.
out there. That,
it's cool. It's just the project is like it opened up a whole new world of those kind of things. I never,
Yeah.
you don't think about like, oh shit, I'm actually going to run through a pool of movies that doesn't leave me with any more to watch.
That's good.
That's crazy shit. So, good
On
stuff,
that
guys.
note, have you guys seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, but
No.
that was one of the ones that's up there in the IMDb right now. It's way
Is it
up
up?
the top too.
What is
oh
it?
yeah, it's in there. It's in there. I forgot for some
We
reason.
watched
I
that
didn't
movie in the
mention that.
theaters. That movie is
Oh, in the
fucking
theaters,
mind
huh?
blowing.
Really?
It is. We went with some friends and we just walked out and we're just like,
It's 49. 49.
49.
Or 50,
Yeah, it deserves
50
it.
rather.
The movie
50.
is incredible.
Wow.
It is now Naomi's favorite movie of all time.
No
You should watch
shit.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I guess we got to watch it.
It's still in theaters right now. So,
Oh, we might have to wait till it's streamable.
but we
but-
should. But like,
Yeah.
it's deserving. It's going to be talked about for a long time, I think.
And it's a foreign film, right? Isn't it?
No.
Or is it? No, is it English?
Yeah.
Everything.
It has a lot of
everywhere,
Asian
all
actors
at
in it, but it's
Oh, that's what I
uh,
thought. I thought it was somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Asian. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's put it on the list.
And then also X.
All right.
And X.
But
Definitely
next
X.
week.
And Sonic 2, because my daughter really wants to watch that.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Sonic
we
baby.
don't
Jim
do that for
Carrey
the
coming
podcast.
again.
I
Trying
don't
his
know why,
hardest.
but she's really excited for that one.
This is kind of nice. We're starting where we began. Again, the last 50 is kind of starting where we began the list in general. We started with Beauty and the Beast, was it 250?
Yeah.
Next
Beauty and the
week?
Beast, first one.
Number 50, The Lion King.
It's The Lion King. I love it.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I mean, one of my favorite movies ever. So
Oh.
Well then. Nice.
It's a freaking good movie. I haven't seen it in so long.
I am not. I don't know
Besides
how old
Land
I
Before
do
Time.
Remember, I remember
That's my
like
other
my
favorite.
brother
That's a
and
good
I
one,
going
too.
to see that, and after the opening scene where the music starts, we both looking at each other and went, "Whoa!" Because that opening scene is really powerful.
Elton
at the time.
John. Yeah.
Right? No, when
Lions.
those drums hit, at the end, like,
Oh, dude. the fucking movie is one of a kind. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
nice.
A lot of
I wish I
trivia
had-
on that movie, too. Going to be a lot
I need to
of
like get a
trivia.
fucking projector. I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
wall across the way. I should fucking watch it on the wall.
I don't know for a fact that there's a lot of trivia, but I remember like watching, they brought lions into the studio for the artist to draw them.
Oh,
Get
nice.
out of town. They did?
Yeah.
Yep.
To
The
like
one got
animate
eaten.
the fucking animals
One
as
got
realistically as
eaten.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
to-
one got eaten. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't
That's
make
what
it. The
happens
poor
when you bring
bastard.
lions into the studio,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, the
dumbasses.
poor bastard didn't make it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
sucks.
right.
Yeah, but hey,
It's
they got a
alright.
hell of a movie though. Am
Show
I
must
right?
go on,
Yeah.
guys. We're going to keep going at it. There's no top 250 here. I guess that's it. How do we
That's
end
it.
these? Is that it? That's it.
Well, that's it. We'll just keep going.
I think I heard Timmy through someone else's
Oh,
microphone.
yeah.
And that's the end.
Oh my God. Let's I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
All right, John,
All right,
you
guys.
fucker.
Love you guys.
Love you guys too.
I love you too, guys. Talk soon.
Talk soon.
All right.
Stop 'em.